right. Welcome back to the channel. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Keith Pierre in the building. What's going on, man? Damon Miles. What's happening? A liar. Errol has a higher knockout percentage. Man, will you shut? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, Damon Miles? A lie? Man, shut up. Anyway, Cadillac 634. What's going on, man? IJ in the building. Asante L. What's going on, man? Brock Howard in the building. What's going on? Mike. What's going on, man? What is this? The Greg's Boxing Network. What's going on, sir? Ernie V in the building. Ajay in the building. What's going on? Jay Coop in the building. What's going on? Auntie Black Cherry. What's going on? Cal Cooler. What's up? Kevin Wells in the building. What's going on, man? Steven, what's happening? Barbara D's sister. Good morning. What's going on? T. Wells and Terrell Jackson. What's going on, sir? Sufan, I don't always speak, but I'm always watching, hitting the like. But that's so much. It's very appreciated. Thank you. Be easy in the building. What's going on, man? 9 Mile Player. What's happening? Barbara D. What's going on? I already said what's going on, Barbara D. Antoine, but I don't mind doing it twice. Antonio King. What's going on? Let me say what's up to everybody. So what's up to everybody else, man? Educated Jab, what's going on, man? Roke, what's happening? What's going on, Jay Sir in the building? All right. What's up, Mr. Martin? How are you today? I'm a little irritated this morning. I can't lie. I'm a little irritated this morning. Very irritated this morning, actually. So, but it has nothing to do with boxing, so we'll just keep it pushing. Derek Keels, what's going on, sir? Mode 21, what's up? Wait for y'all to get in the chat, man. Matt Platinum Alkaline Water. What's going? Man down 29. Richard Paris, not you. Blessings to you in the chat. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so first and foremost, let me talk to the guy. You read it and it's not a lie, and you shut your Kyushu up. Errol already told you keep the same energy. Damon Miles. Let me tell you, Damon Miles, you're an idiot. Let me first and foremost let you know that you're an idiot. Terence Crawford, better numbers than Errol Spence Jr. in everything, says CompuBox, BoxRec, and CompuBox Warriors. I'm ridiculing that notion, you dummy. I am about to sit up here and say, dummy, that it is not true. Dummy. I am literally ridiculing what somebody is saying. And you are bumping your lips without ever having heard a word out of my mouth. Thank you very much for opening your mouth loud, early, and ignorantly. What's going on, 50-50? What's wrong with you, man? You're just talking. It literally says, better numbers than Errol at everything, says CompuBox, BoxRec Warriors. I was about to tell you how that doesn't make it, that's not right. Also about to tell you exactly how I could care less about what the stats say, because there are no stats for Terence Crawford fighting Errol Spence. And there's no stats for Errol Spence Jr. fighting Terence Crawford. No stats whatsoever on that. Now, would you like to talk some more? Are you just one of these people jump up in the morning and start and want to argue with somebody without listening to a word they say? Are you the reason why that there's so many Terence Crawford fans that are irritated at Errol Spence? Because you just knee-jerk start talking and don't listen? But thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Mike Roth, Fanon, I'm a big fan, but the name calling is not necessary. Let me tell you, Mike, let me help you with this right here. You're a big fan, huh? But the name calling is not necessary. Mike Ross, see you later. I'm sorry that I made you sensitive and that I did something you don't like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that you don't comment in the comment section anymore, and I ain't got to talk to you, and you don't have to talk to me. Okay? You don't have to. How about you let me do this job and you do your job? Okay? How about we do that? Marcus Parker said, I love this fight. Bud is my guy, but I know it's where to go. It's going to be a good fight, a good fight. Yeah, it should be a really, really good fight. But look, so I had a conversation. Yeah, Damon Miles. Yeah, you are. You listen every day and you got Teflon skin. Thank you very much. Now, get past that with some Teflon. Oh, hey, guess what? That wrench went right through your Teflon. That wrench went right through that Teflon. Just real easy like that. You know what I mean? Real. That wrench went right through that. It's amazing how blunt force objects work against Teflon. Go sit in the middle of a road with your Teflon on when that car runs over you. Okay? Oh, man. Oh, man. You got me in a better mood. You got me in a better mood already, even though, you know. Oh, Lord. Lord. Hold on one second. All right, man. So, I had to say something. Yeah, I turned the volume off real quick because I had to do something. Hey, man, much love in the Cash App, man. Thank you so much. Hey, Mr. Gallimore said, top of the morning and positive energy to you, brother. Yeah, hey, man, I need the positive energy today because I ain't going to lie. I'm quite pissed off. I'm quite ticked off. No joke. I'm quite ticked off and not in a good mood at all. Top of the morning, positive energy to you, bro. Yes, sir. Hey, thoughts on Morel Benavidez? Mr. Cersei, thank you, brother, for that love and that Cash App, brother. Thank you so much, man. I love the fight. I love the fight. I love the fight. Love the fight. Love it. Absolutely excited about it. I think both those guys are like, that's what's up. These guys are going for broke, man. These guys ain't trying to sit around and play. They're not sitting around. I'm telling you, goodbye, Canelo. Goodbye, Canelo. Get out of boxing, Canelo, is what I think. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Get out, Canelo. That's what I think. Get out. Goodbye. Most of these people are sitting around talking about how the PBC is not making fights. These guys are not making this fight. These guys are not making these fights. But you see now who's making fights and who's not making fights. You see who's out there playing games and who ain't out there playing games. You see it. You got an undisputed championship at cruiser at 175 pounds that could be made between Dimitri Bivol and Arthur Beterbiev. And you see who's playing the games. You see who's playing the games with that. The WBC and Top Rank colluding to play games and stop that fight because they don't want to make the fight. See who's then you what about Canelo? Canelo trying to go up to cruiserweight and drain Badu Jack down to 180 pounds with a rehydration clause. He refuses to fight. They literally blocked Dmitry Bivol from getting the rematch at 168 against Canelo off this Russian thing when Beterbiev is Russian. Watch this. They blocked Dmitry Bivol from undisputed in 2 different weight classes. They block him for the rematch. The WBC affirmatively blocked Dmitry Bivol from undisputed title shots in 2 weight divisions. 2 of them. Blocked him from the Beterbiev one at 175 and blocked him from the 168 ones with Canelo. Blocked that man for undisputed in a big rematch in 2 weight divisions. Thank you, Be Easy. Says, sending you positive energy and vibrations, brother. Yeah, man, we just had a manhood talk today. So, yeah, I love it. That's what I think. I love that they're doing it now because now everybody's like, look, man, we're going to fight the tough competition and see where we go. Thank you, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. And thank you, Errol Spence. And thank you, Terence Crawford, for doing that. Thank you. And thank you, Errol, for sitting there and waiting to make that fight. That's what I think about it. I'm loving that these guys are making this. Hey, thank you, Napoleon Worthy. And thank you, RuPaul, for getting me irritated that early in the morning. The topic of my video is, he said, what's up, Fanon, in the chat? 100%, I too need positive energy today. I need it, I'm telling you. Because, man, I'm telling you, man, I got to raise a son. That stuff, man, my daughter says, my wife, I love my wife, but my wife ain't a dude. No. No. Mauricio Suleiman needs to be called out and put on blast. He wants 3% from Canelo ducking. Look, man, Mauricio Suleiman probably, I don't know what the issue is with him personally. I know that he, over the course of years, he doesn't draw a line in the sand. I like that about Daryl Peoples. Daryl Peoples draws a line in the sand. Look, that's what the rule is. This is what we're going to do. He stripped Canelo. I salute you for that. When he didn't fight Devchenko. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. Hey, thank you, brother. Mr. Harper in the building said positive energy and some bread for the channel. Hey, thank you, brother. Bread is always positive energy. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. So I appreciate y'all supporting so much. Thank y'all. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Matthew Harper said, hey, I sent a cash app for the chat. Love that you're being a great father. I love it. Yeah, man. It's like, dude, you know what? You know what the worst, one of the worst things the worst habit to get into? Other than drugs. Do you know what the worst habit is to get into? Quitting. Quitting is a terrible habit to get into. Better you grind and you fail than you quit. Better you give it everything that you got and you fail than you quit. I'm telling you, man, there's many things in my life, bro. A lot of things that I've learned. I'm telling you right there from the experiences that I've had in my life, the worst thing you can do is be a quitter. When you start something, see it through. When you start something, see it through. Don't matter how hard it is, see it through. If it doesn't happen, let it be somebody else. And if it don't happen, let it be somebody else. You know what I mean? It better you grind and you fail than quit any day. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because that is going to happen the next time. It's going to happen the next time. You're going to get up there and you're always going to know that that's an option. And that's when you say, do you got heart? That's when do you have heart? Do you have heart? Are you? That's what they're talking about in that thing with Errol, Spence, and Terence Crawford, when they're talking about, look, man, I don't know, man, how much can you take? How much can you take? I know I'm not quitting. I know I'm not stopping. Do you know what they say? Y'all asked me to watch. Hey, Barbara D in the building. Thank you. More positive vibes coming your way. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Barbara D. Thank you, man. Appreciate you more than you know. Oh, be easy. I listen to Leon Muhammad. You can't take him seriously. Leon Muhammad just talking smack. I saw that, man. I saw that. Leon Muhammad just talking smack. Leon Muhammad just talking smack. Hold on one second. Don't Quit is one of my favorite poems online, Fanon. You can't, dog. You can't. Can't. That shit sucks. I remember when I was pledging, and one day I went up to my pole mark and was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Man, you know what that dude did? He looked at me like, I didn't hear a word you said. Go back in line. He looked at me like, man, go back in line. I went right back in line. To this day, I'm so glad that I didn't quit. Hey, much love. Hey, bro, thank you so much, man. Richard Paris with 3 said, hey, thank you, Richard Paris. Ain't nothing but busted gloves, smoking mirrors. Much love. Hey, my man Richard Paris said, ain't nothing but busted gloves, smoking mirrors. My guy, Richard Paris said, Team Spence, man down, flip the boat, put him in the dirt. And then Richard Paris back at it said, you got life and love to keep you going, sending some positivity your way. Thank you, brother. My guy, Sean Clark in the building, said, just showing some love, brother, be well. Hey, thank you, Sean. Ain't seen you in a minute, Sean. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Much love in that Cash App, bro. Thank you, sir. So y'all can see that. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Quitting leads to regret and shutting the door. It's quitting leads to more quitting. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Unless you got something like, man, it's not matching your goals. Man, I swear. But anyway, that's what I went through a little bit today. Martin, I'm inclined to agree with Errol. It's going to be a one-sided beatdown. I have Errol stopping Bud in the 10th. We'll see. Ray Davis in the building says, salute, Barbara D. Fanon, here's 2 positive vibes. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Ray Davis. Appreciate you, man. And Dion in the building. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Dion. Appreciate you, brother, for the $10 holler. That's supercharged. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, sir. Thank y'all for the support this morning. And another one, my guy, Mr. Blackwell in the morning. What's going on? He said, positive energy. Quitting is never an option. It is never an option. Quitting leads to more quitting and makes it easier to quit in the future. Very easy to quit in the future. Very easy to quit in the future. So, yeah, Errol's $1 million worth of game. Dude, let me tell you what I liked, man. He corrected those dudes. Errol Spence corrected those dudes. I was like, I was sitting there listening to them and what they said, and I was like, did you really say that? This guy, what's the guy's name? Wallow? Wallow. When he asked him, he was like, hey, it seems to me that you know that you need to show money to make money. You know, you got the shiny stuff. You got that. And Errol Spence Jr. pretty much dismissed that. He was like, man, I ain't got a big house. He's like, man, my house may be 3,000 square feet. You know, I'm looking at building. He said he ain't looking to buy in. He said he's looking to build a bigger one. Man, I was like, man, thank you very much for ignoring that. What terrible advice. You got to show money to make money? Who has to do that? Who has to show money to make money? Fanon, ain't nothing like a little adversity to take you to higher heights, man. Exactly. I was like, man, I couldn't believe them dudes said that. Like, no, man. No, that shit may work. I don't even know who that works for. But no, you don't have to show money to make money. People are not buying your fights because of your jewelry. They're buying your fight because they want to see you fight. No, you don't. You don't have to show money to make money. You keep. It ain't what you cop, it's what you keep. Why would you spend $200,000, $400,000 on some jewelry? Why would you spend $400,000 on some jewelry when all you made was $1 million? You make $1 million, you spend $400,000 so you can make more money. Why would you need to make more money if you keep the $400,000? Buy a piece of property. Buy some land. Do something. Go talk to somebody about how to grow your money. Anyway, I'm telling you, man, the kid said, I don't lie about anything. That's why I like Errol Spence, because he does say I don't lie about anything. I don't lie about anything. I'm going to tell you the truth. And you got to love it, man. You got to love it. Because that when they started saying that, man, I was like, that's ridiculously bad advice. That is ridiculously bad advice. Ridiculously bad advice. Terribly bad advice. Nah, I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? Nah. Man, the more money I show, the more likely it is that I'm going to get robbed. I'm straight with all of that, man. Spence thinking longevity. Gilly thinking about right now. Look, man, I can't speak on it, on what they think, but I know this. If you show that you're doing well, there's a certain amount of that is true. You get yourself, but it's all within reason. You know what I mean? He looked at the watch that Errol had on. It's a nice watch. I don't know what the watch was, but I'm sure it was a very, very nice watch. He was like, yeah, this is a nice watch. Yeah, but you know, and then what did he talk about? He says, well, look, man, my thing with this is that I have to think he's talking about the insurance. If this gets broken or gets stolen, I get more money back than what I bought it for. I get more money. It's more heavily insured than it's worth. So if somebody loses this, if I loses it, cracks or whatever, I get more money back from it. But at the same time, you know, you make more money. What is everybody's got some amount of expendable income. And if you make that much money, you can have nice things, but you just keep it within range. You know, I show my success by expanding my business. Yeah, man. Like, dude, just, hey, look, what's going on? Reggie Shit, what's going on, man? He said, morning five, salute to you being the GOAT. Hey, man, Man, I'm just trying to be me, but I appreciate any compliment I can get, man. I appreciate all the compliments I can get. Right now, I'm just trying to be the best father I can be. Because I'm going to tell you, dog, I was like, hell no. Hell no. No, 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 no. We're going there. We're not going there. We're going there. No, 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 no. We're going there. Spence is an old school fighter, and he's trying to build for his kids. Look, man, Errol Spence Jr. ran a Ferrari and flipped it a million times. Don't drive Ferraris. What you got a Ferrari for? What you need a Ferrari for? Is it going to get you home faster, your Ferrari? Your Ferrari is not going to get you home any faster, responsibly, than a BMW X3 will. A BMW X3 will get you home. And it is very comfortable, and it is nice. People will look, oh, what a nice car. You can pull into the nice restaurant and not look crazy. You know what I mean? You're not underdressed. The problem with what I think with people is you want to be overdressed. Don't be overdressed. Foot said, don't drink and drive. And I say, Foot, shush. Not bringing that negativity out. You don't drink and drive. I'm just saying, don't be overdressed either. A lot of people with all the stuff, all that flash you're showing, it's like you're going to church in a tuxedo. That's what it looks like to me. Tuxedos, you look real, real clean in a tuxedo. Real clean in a tuxedo, right? Ain't that about as nicely dressed as you can be in a really sharp tuxedo? You don't go to church in a tuxedo. He said, I got a BMW X5 OG. Yeah, and that's plenty nice to go wherever you want to go. He said, they have the analogy wrong. It takes money to make money. Now, it takes money to make money. That's true. It takes effort. It takes money to make money. Anyway, let's get back to this because I didn't want to talk about these statistics before whoever that idiot was. Probably RuPaul tried to jump out there with, oh, Errol lands at a higher percentage. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. First of all, Errol, I don't care about statistics. I don't care about statistics. Oh, that's what's up. Here you go. That's my email right there, but no ad. Take the ad out of that. Coach Ari, take the ad out, and that's my email. Hey, much love to my guy. Hey, thank you, Mr. Squirewell. That's a dope name. Squirewell? That is dope. My name is Blackwell. Squirewell. That's dope. Much love for that $15 holler, brother. Thank you so much, man. That whole exchange went over y'all's head. What you talking about? I just thought Errol was on because you guys asked me to watch it, so I watched it. And I was like, I'd heard everything that Errol had said before. I'd heard it before. Except for, man, he really wanted that Terence Crawford fight. That's the one thing that I hadn't heard before. My guy, Mr. Papa Bird 69 says, Spence is sharp, raised right, knows the game. Yes, sir. Just do boxing. What's good, OG? I'm chilling. Fulton, in a way, what's your thoughts? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, man, I do not know about the fight. It should be a good fight. I'm looking forward to the fight. I'll be waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to watch the fight. I'll be watching about that time. Statistics are not always a good indicator of boxing. Well, let's talk about the statistics for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Let's talk about them because no, they're not always a good indicator. You can cherry pick statistics. You can cherry pick them. And they are good to analyze. They're not ultimate truths. They are there to analyze. They are not ultimate truths. Statistics. I'm going to repeat that, then I'm going to explain it. Statistics are there to use to analyze situations, and they're useful in that regard. They are not ultimate truths. And in fact, they're not even true. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Let's look at this, a statistic, okay? Grab a handful of rocks. Grab 10 rocks and put them on a scale. 10 rocks, total rocks. 10. How many you got? 10 rocks, and you put them in the scale, and they say that, and the scale says 10 pounds. Do you follow me? Put a yes if you follow me. You're grabbing 10. I'm going to talk about statistics being used for analysis, not truth. You get 10 rocks, you put them on a scale, they weigh 10 pounds. All 10 rocks combined weigh 10 pounds. What is the average weight of those rocks? Give me the average. What's the average weight of the rocks? It's a pound, right? The average weight of those rocks are 1 pound. Now, if you had to guess how many rocks in that batch actually weigh a pound, exactly. How many rocks in the actual rocks will actually weigh a pound? More than likely, none of them. Right? Is it a fact that the average weight is 10? Yes. How many of those rocks actually weigh a pound? None of them. None of them. So, statistics can be used for analysis. They don't speak truth. If the average weight is a pound, but none of them weigh a pound, what good is the statistic? It depends on what you use the statistic for. If you want to know how much weight, how many of these rocks you can put in this cart and carry it, then yes, that's worth it because it weighs 10 pounds. This can hold 11. You can put them in there. What is heavier, a ton of gold or a ton of feathers? They weigh the same. They're both a ton. Adrian Molina. What is heavier, a ton of gold or a ton of feathers? Neither. They're the same. They're a ton. It's a ton of feathers. It's a ton of rocks. It's a ton of anything. Anything that weighs a ton weighs a ton. So, that's what statistics are. So let's look at the statistics for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford lands 37.1 punches a round. Just say that's the number. He doesn't land that many because that would mean he would land 300 over a fight. He doesn't land that many. Terence Crawford is never going to land 37.1 punches in a round. You can't. It's not possible. Also, what's his average against Errol Spence? None of the guys that he ever fought was Errol Spence. And none of the guys Errol Spence was actually Terence Crawford. So your averages mean nothing other than giving you a general idea of how typically active he is. That's it. And when you look at things like percentages, don't ignore actual numbers. Terence Crawford, say Terence Crawford because it's very close. lands 29.1%, right? And Errol lands 28.1%. If Errol Spence Jr. if Terence Crawford throws 100 punches, how many punches is that he lands? 29 or 30. Can't be 29.1, but say 29 or 30. If he throws 100 and he lands 29% of his punches, right? Well, what if Errol throws 400 and lands 28? That would be 28 times 4, which means that he would land 114 punches. He would land 114 punches. So let's give Errol his percentage and Terence his percentage. Who wins the round? If Errol's landing at 28%, Terence Crawford is landing at 29%, but Errol is throwing 400 punches and Terence is throwing 100 punches. That's 112 to 29. Errol wins at a lower percentage. Also, you also have to take in consideration, it's harder to keep the percentage up the more numbers you have. The more punches you throw and you're still landing the punches at the same percentage versus somebody that's picking their shots and throwing a smaller percentage, it is not guaranteed that the more Terence Crawford ups his numbers are going to stay consistent. Is it? Is it? If you shoot 100 free throws and you hit 29 of 100 free throws, you're not guaranteed to hit 290 out of 1,000. Are you? Because there's fatigue. There's fatigue, mental and physical fatigue. All of that stuff comes into play. Your percentages, the more you go up, more you shoot, the more your percentages go down. If Errol is shooting 1,000 and hitting 29, shoot, he may, over the course of 100, he may hit 40 of the first 100. So how do you know when you increase the numbers that the percentages are going to stay the same? You don't know that. So what I'm saying is stop talking all this percentage stuff and taking it as if it is some universal truth. It's not. It's just a way to analyze and come up with the probabilities of what somebody would do. You know that Terence Crawford, typically speaking, doesn't throw a lot of punches. You know that. Why? Because of you look at all of the fights he's had and how many punches he threw. And when he throws the punches, he misses more than he lands, right? But still. And then Errol, same thing. But Errol just throws a lot more punches. There you go. And if you want to analyze, well, how many punches do the other people that he's fighting usually throw? Right? So if I go to Sebastian Fundora, not Sebastian Fundora, let's go to Sean Porter versus Sebastian Formula punch stats. Let's see what he usually does. Porter was able to land a career high of 304 punches in outing, while Formula landed only 148. So over 12 rounds, Porter landed 304 punches against Formula. He threw, he must have landed, where's the stats? Fight stats. Not that. Punch stats. What the hell is this? They got punch resistance, 64%. They be tripping. All right. I don't know what these guys be talking about with their statistics, man. Like this one particular website, statistics be way crazy. Okay, so here they are. I think they should be. This should be it. No, they didn't lay. They don't lay them out for everything. He threw 748. He threw 785 punches against Formilla for me against Sebastian Formilla. So Terence Crawford slowed down the fight on Sean Porter, because Sean Porter threw a lot of punches. Now against Errol Spence, punch stats, Porter threw 744, so he threw punches at the same rate. Right? So that's a typical one. Now against Terence Crawford, the punch stats, he threw a lot less. Against Terence Crawford, he's total punches. He only threw 337 punches the entire fight. So it slowed down. Sean Porter slowed down a lot. Let's see what Sean Porter did with Danny Garcia. Porter threw 700 punches. That's where he said he didn't punch. That's how he fought different. He didn't have the output. So you could say, well, maybe that means Errol won't be able to throw as many punches. Because Terence Crawford slowed down the output of Sean Porter. In that fight, Sean Porter didn't throw anywhere near the number of punches he usually throws. In that fight, he threw half the punches he usually throws. And I looked at 3 fights. He just didn't have the punch output. Why was that? Right? So you can look at all this stuff. We'll see who threw the most punches. What's Terence Crawford versus Terence Crawford just doesn't have the punch output, man. He doesn't have, but see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, look, dude, when we talking about statistics and all of that. Coach Ari in the building. Thank you, sister. Said for the positive vibes and great parenting. Oh my gosh, man. Ain't no dang way. Mr. Pragmatic in the building said best boxing commentary anywhere. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Mr. Pragmatic. Thank you for the support, man. So that's the take on all these statistics. Don't throw statistics at me. You use statistics to analyze trends. They are not he did this, so he will do that. And also in the real numbers, he wasn't trying to beat his friend. I mean, I can't say that. I mean, it very well may have been Terence Crawford just moved, didn't really give him the opportunity. He slowed the output down. But he threw half the punches. And if he said, look, I was just not trying to make sure I was he throws twice as many punches as he usually does in that particular fight. But you can also see if that's a trend, right? So if you say Terence Crawford, who did he fight? But see, that's what I'm saying. These guys is garbage. These guys are fighting these dudes at the end of their career. So you just can't, man, hold on. Terence Crawford versus ED. Yeah, that's crazy. Egas Kalvanakis outlanded Sean Porter. Threw more punches than threw, and man, they landed at the same percentage. Look at this. See, like you can look at Egas Kalvanakis versus Terence Crawford that ended after the ninth. What was it? After the ninth round? Terence Crawford threw 382 punches and landed 128. Egas Kalvanakis threw 391 and landed at 118 at 30%. Bodies, jabs, he landed 23% of his jabs and he landed 33% of his power punches. That's 30%. That's landing 30% on him. But if you look at, yeah, it's interesting. This just tells you that he limits the volume. That's 300 punches. I forgot what did Sean Porter just do? About the same amount of punches. I think it was around 300. Sean Porter and Terence Crawford, I think they wound up throwing about the same amount. Yeah, 300, and 300, except for Egas Kalvanakis landed at a higher connect percentage than Sean Porter did. And it ended in the same round. I'm telling you, Terence Crawford fights are all similar. Did Bud lose any more of these fights, though? I didn't say anything about him losing a fight. Stick with the analysis, man. He didn't lose any of the fights. I'm talking about punch output. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not talking about who won. I'm not talking about who won and lost. Rick Timms, what does that have to do with what I'm talking about? Whether or not he won the fight or not. We're talking about how you can use Errol Spence Jr.'s never lost a fight. I'm trying to explain to you how you use statistics to look at trends. It doesn't mean that that's the case. He cut the output. Sean Porter's output dropped dramatically against Terence Crawford in his last fight by half. I can look to see if Egas Kalvanakis' punch output dropped or not. Let's do this. What is this man's name? Virgil Ortiz. Let's see if he... We'll see if they did the same there. If he punched around the same way, or if he slowed down his pace. Nope, it's the same thing. He didn't slow down. He did not slow down against. He threw about the same number against Ortiz. When did he get knocked out, though? He got knocked out. Can anybody remember what round that was he got knocked out? But in that particular fight, I'd have to look to see what round he got stopped. But Ortiz was a more effective puncher, landing 148 of 389. And compared to 75 of 139 for Kalvanakis. Kalvanakis had about the same rate of activity. I don't know what round it was that he got knocked out, though, so I can look at the round. Let me see, go to Terence Crawford, see what round the fight ended in. Egas Kalvanakis fought Virgil Ortiz, and I think that was in he knocked him out in 8. And Terence Crawford knocked him out in 9. So, yeah, it's the same amount of punches. So, Terence Crawford did not slow down Egas Kalvanakis or have him landing any fewer punches than he did. But he's also going a lot of rounds with these guys. 8, 9, 10, 12 rounds. So, but again, if you want to analyze the stats, you got to go more than just looking and saying, okay, this guy landed this guy landed this. You got to go deeper into it, and you can keep analyzing those numbers until you're purple in the face. What's going on, Damon Wester? And what's going on? Cornelius said, how now do you think Errol's output would be lesser, being that Terence Crawford is a great counterpuncher? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. It wasn't less. Let me see what it was against Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is a great counterpuncher. So Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia. Look what he did. Let's see if he threw less punches. I don't think so, because he comes in behind a jab. But we'll go Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. That went the distance. Errol Spence Jr. threw 700 punches. What Errol does is Errol is making Danny throw a lot of punches. He threw 700 punches. So no, he hasn't. He landed at 26%. Danny Garcia landed at 16.7% of his punches. But no, Errol threw 707 punches. Still a very, very high output. Very high output. 700 punches. Terence Crawford's throwing around 300. Errol's throwing around 700. So the question is, for me, when I look at the state stats, it's not whether or not Errol. What it's to me is Terence going to be able to kill all that activity and bring Errol down to 300, or is Terence going to have to jump up to 700? Because Danny Garcia had to jump up to 700. Now, if I look at Danny Garcia and who's the last guy he fought, Danny Garcia fought against Jose Benavidez. Let's see what he threw against Jose Benavidez. Against Jose Benavidez, it doesn't have this. Sometimes these guys don't have all the stats for guys. He threw Danny Garcia. They had a high volume in that too. They had 746 punches for Garcia, 600 punches for David Benavidez. So his activity was very high there too. Terence Crawford just slows the fight. It looks to me like Terence Crawford really. So you are really. I don't care. Let me ask you a question, B.A. Fryer. Why do you care? Does that make you feel better or something? You're really a supporter of Errol. What have I said about this? In these statistics that I said would tell you that I'm a supporter of Errol off of my analysis that I've given you. Terence Crawford throws 300 and something punches a fight. It's been consistent. 300 something punches a fight. Is that true or not true? Is it true or not true? I mean, if you can say what you want, I want to know if what I said is true or not. What's going on, Kyle King? Dang, Crawford threw over 600 against David Avenetian because he's throwing that jab. Because he put that jab out there like that. He was touching the jab. Let's see what else he did, because I can also tell you that I've seen him do that before, where he threw a lot of jabs. So Terence Crawford versus who else did he do that thing where he put out a lot of jabs? Who else did he put a lot of jabs on? Who was the other southpaw that he fought? Oh, Felix Diaz. $500. Yeah, he threw more. Yeah, because you know what those are, though? You know what those punches were? They were this. He wasn't really throwing those punches. He threw this. Though, yeah, a lot of those were like, he just threw a jab out there. He kept throwing that jab. If you look at those, you're going to see a lot of those. You're going to see a lot of his touch jabs that he threw. But I suspect that you're also going to see that his connection percentage on his jabs went down. Yeah, see, there you go. Terence Crawford landed 59%. Against Diaz, he landed 59% of his power punches. But he only landed 18.9% of his jab, and he threw more jabs and power punches against the southpaw. It's a probing jab. Yeah, it was a probing. He threw a probing jab, a lot of probing jabs. So you can probably expect for him to throw a lot of probing jabs against Errol Spence. See, that, my friend, is analyzing stats, partner. That's analyzing stats. That's what stats are used for. They're not used to just say, oh, well, look, he lands more than this guy lands. Who did he fight? Why did he land more in that fight than he used? Oh, when he fought a southpaw, he threw more jabs. So more pawing jabs. So, or what do you call it? Probing jabs. So let's see, who was the other southpaw that he fought? Let's see. Terence Crawford. Who was the southpaw that he punched? I don't think Hank Lundy was not a southpaw, but Hank Lundy was somebody who was really coming forward aggressively with him. Felix Diaz. Oh no, Hank Lundy. Yeah, Hank Lundy. Let's see Hank Lundy. Because Hank Lundy was being very aggressive with him. Nope. He threw 89 at 274 and compared to 47 of 418, 411 for Lundy and Lundy. So no, that didn't really work out there. And it was stop soon. I don't think I have the stats. So that wasn't the case with Hank Lundy. With Hank Lundy, he was kind of banging, I think. But here it is. Actually, here it is. We know what it is. And it was over the course of 5. It was a 5-round fight. So that was a much shorter fight. So kind of hard to kind of tell on that. Anyway. Yeah, because he's small. So the shorter guy threw a lot of jabs in front of the shorter guy. Hey, my guy, Phil Sloan, we're behind. We're behind one or the other. Much love in that Cash App, brother. Brother, thank you so much, man. Yeah, so that was a short fight. So actually, you can project that if the fight had continued. And he threw, where did it go? I lost it. So if he threw 200 over 5, it's like 400. So yeah. Lundy stopped at 5. Yeah, thank you. Martin, I see reports of Canelo in negotiations for a Makabu fight at 180 cash weight. For what? Makabu doesn't even have Makabu doesn't even have a belt. If he fights Makabu, he need to go ahead and retire. What is that going to do? Hey, if he fights Makabu, the WBC is going to come up with a reason to strip Badu Jack and just give him the belt. They're going to be like, oh, they're going to tell Badu Jack, oh, you haven't fought in 6 months. We're going to put you in recess. And we're going to get a champion to Badu. Man, it's crazy, man. Like it just, hey, daring to be great. Yes, sir. So anyway, so all of this stuff with all of these stats and all the stats say, I think he meant Badu Jack. If you did mean Badu Jack, oh yeah, I know, but the Badu Jack said it's not going to happen. Badu Jack already turned it down. Yeah, he said that that's what Badu Jack said. Badu Jack said that they tried to get him to fight at 180 pounds with a rehydration clause too, to fight him for his belt at cruiserweight. And Badu Jack is like, no, thank you. I'm kicking it with the watch this. No, thank you. I'm kicking it with the Saudi princess. I'm okay on the money. Holler at you later. I'm living in Dubai, kicking it. No, thank you. Man, I think Canelo is a WBC president. Mauricio Suleiman is a vice president. Hey, man, you know, fighters should boycott Canelo. Look, I just want, hey, what's going on, Li Ho Shang? Let me get that going to my guy, Li Ho Shang. Thank you for that support yesterday, bro. Yeah, Badu Jack said no, thank you. Badu Jack said no, thank you. Fanon, did Canelo finish his fight contract? Maybe that's why he's fighting tomato cans. Man, he's been fighting tomato cans through like 3 contracts. Canelo's been fighting tomato cans through like 3 contracts. So he chooses to fight. I don't buy that anymore. I used to hope that was the case. But once he got away and he went right back, nah. I think the thing with Canelo Alvarez is that Canelo Alvarez is washed. That's what I think. Oh, Beasley said, no, I saw Makabu. Well, that's not accurate. I don't think that's accurate. Maybe the person you heard it from was listening to Makabu, thought it was Makabu. Maybe the persons you heard it from got the name wrong. He's trying to drain the 40-year-old Badu Jack to 160. Yeah, dog. Like, nah, man. Nah, man. We ain't trying to hear that, dog. Ain't trying to hear that, bro. Ain't trying to hear that. Oh, man, my mood is up, man. He's trying to drain the 140-pound Badu Jack. Oh, yeah, I got you. Canelo went to court for the right to fight a bunch of tomato cans. Yeah. Man, God dog, he went to court. That's funny. Yeah, it's pretty much what he did. But look, man, I'm going to put links in the chat pretty soon in case you guys would like to bring this statistic stuff to me again. Because I had a comment on my page yesterday that was interesting to me. Because people always complain about the fact that I don't ever mention the statistics. Man, look, I'm looking at what they're doing in the ring. I'm looking at what they're doing in the ring and what they're trying to do in the ring. I'm not looking at what some men sitting there pressing buttons. It is the truth. Hey, look, I don't know that it's the truth that he went to court in order so that he could fight. I know that he did go to court, and then he subsequent to winning, he did fight a bunch of tin cans. But like I said, Canelo can retire. Like I said, Canelo can retire. For all I care. We're getting big fights now, and they do not include Canelo Alvarez. Right? When Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao were fighting, it was like all the big fights were their fights. The biggest fights in boxing were the fights that these people were putting on. That's how you know who the face of boxing, the quote-unquote face of boxing is. When it's the fights that guy has, which are the biggest fights in boxing. Canelo Alvarez right now can announce any fight that he wants, and it's not going to be bigger than the Errol Terence Crawford fight. Right now. So any of you guys that are out here thinking that Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, no, he is not. Because he doesn't have he can't make the biggest fight. You tell me a Canelo Alvarez fight that's as big as Gervonta Davis, a realistic fight that Canelo Alvarez can make, that's going to be as big as Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia was. You can't name one. You give me a Canelo Alvarez fight that is bigger than an Errol Spence Terence Crawford fight. You can't name me one. And now watch this. You tell me a Canelo Alvarez fight that can be made that is bigger than an Errol Spence Gervonta Davis fight. Tell me one. That can realistically be made. Canelo Alvarez is up at 175. I guess if he wanted to fight Errol, maybe. Yeah, but I don't think it's as big as Errol and Terence. Maybe Canelo and Errol will be as big as Terence Crawford. But of the fighters that he's fighting, none. He needs one of those other guys to be it. He needs Errol to do it. He needs Errol to do it. So there you go. Personally, I don't think anybody has set themselves aside as the quote-unquote face of boxing. Canelo Alvarez is the highest paid. Maybe Charlo. I think Charlo is a big fight, but it would be a lot better if Charlo was on like a knockout streak or something. I think it would be better if Charlo was on a knockout streak or something. Kirk Ben Joseph said, I like that, Fanon. I show my success by expanding my business. Yes, sir. Canelo is done. I mean, I think Canelo's over the hill. I do. Cannot lie. I think Canelo's over the hill. And he's already made all of his money. And he has such a high sense of himself and thinks he's the king that he just thinks he can do whatever he wants to do, and they want to take advantage of that. But I hope he retires soon. Just have a good life, man. No hard feelings. See you later. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to throw a super chat. I'm going to throw a party. I'm going to throw a party when that man retires. Get out the way. Because somebody else is going to take that place. There's always going to be somebody that's the best in boxing. Always. And if you just move out the way, somebody else will be that. There's always somebody. We are in a continuous line of there being somebody that is the big draw in boxing. Somebody. Because there's so many boxing fans and people that watch boxing all the time. The focus of the fight fans is what makes you the face of boxing. Somebody came through with the dollar holler. Arnold in the building. Thank you. $5 holler. Thank you, brother. Hey, said from AMAS 2763, agreed, Canelo is washed. Yes, sir. Washed. Please leave. Somebody else will take your place, brother. If somebody is the highest paid CEO at the biggest company and he quits or retires, somebody else is going to take that job and get that money. Once Floyd Mayweather Jr. was done at the top of the sport, somebody came on and took that job. It was Canelo. When Mike Tyson was done, it was no longer at that top, somebody came and took his place. It was Oscar De La Hoya. When Muhammad Ali was done at the top, somebody came along and took that money. That was Sugar Ray Leonard. When Joe Louis was retired and done, somebody came along and took that money. Called Floyd. It was called Muhammad Ali. A little bit of a gap between him and Rocky Marciano, but still came on along and got that money. Came on along and got that money. When Jack Dempsey was done, when Jack Johnson was done, quickly came along Jack Dempsey. Jack Dempsey was done, relatively soon came Joe Louis. It's going to happen every single solitary time. MJ the Greatest, did you watch BFTB live yesterday? It was hilarious. No, I didn't, man. No, I didn't. I didn't get to see that support. Much love for BFTB. What was the greatest about it? I didn't see it. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. I saw Devin Haney's name in the title, so out of respect for the subject, I don't watch because that's his guy, and I don't want to be, I keep it fresh because he's giving all you guys all kind of courage and farter. He's giving you guys all he put a battery in the back of that other dude. Hey, he put a battery in the. He was bodying trolls. Hey, that's fun. I don't get the trolls don't jump on my thing. Hey, anybody that wants to troll me, jump on. He be putting he put the battery in the back of that one boy. Hey, he said, BFTB said, brother, you ain't BFTB. So you ain't BFTB, bro. You need to let BFTB make BFTB's arguments, dog. Don't get no battery put in your back coming on over here, dog. Get shut up. Hey, man. Hey, dude was like Keyshawn Davis. Dude was like Keyshawn Davis starting to fight with Errol Spence because hey, I was sparring Terence Crawford. Yeah, all right, Keyshawn, get on up in here, dog. Get your ass beat. You got a Cash App, man. For a while, bro. I'm on suspension from the I'm not actually, I'm on a bit of a suspension from my Cash App, bro. So people from Super Chat. So if you support, you got to support in Cash App or support on PayPal. One of the two. Easier than Venmo. PayPal or Cash App is how you can support. But anyway, like I said, I just put a link in the chat for the trolls. And watch, they're not going to hit the link. That's where they get all that activate the mandatory stuff from. No, they got that from Bill Haney. Bill Haney said that. All you got to do is activate your mandatory. You cannot activate a mandatory. No, you can't. You can request to be named the mandatory, is what you can do. You can request by the WBO, you can request to be named the mandatory. I don't know until they review my application. I had to reapply. So I don't know, next couple weeks, as long as they say yes, a couple weeks, hopefully. It's been a while, man. Definitely tattooed me. Nice. Will never make that mistake again, for sure. But there you go. So like I said, did you miss the monologue? I did yes, I absolutely did. Because I did my reasons why I don't want to hear you guys talking to me about statistics. Yes. I know that, but your man stay echoing that. Hey, look, man, like I said, that's between you and him. You cannot activate a mandatory in any rule book that I have read. The WBO, you can request it. But it begs the question of why do you have to? It begs the question. Why do you have to be a mandatory? Why does Shakur Stevenson have to be a mandatory to get a fight? That's the great question that I have. The only reason he has to be a mandatory is if Devin doesn't want to fight him. That's the only thing that makes it necessary. I want to know how. A said, B3 biz. I bet you support has increased because hell no, it didn't. Hell no. Shit got slashed in to a third. What? No, my support did not increase because they took away my super chat. Don't you ever. Blasphemy. Hell no, it got slashed in a third. Cash App increased. Hell no, it got slashed by a third. You think I'm operating at cost? Hell no. Heck, let me repeat that. Hell no. Do not go running around saying that. Hell no. Hell no. And please stop counting my money. Hell no. It got slashed by 2/3. You think no ads and no super chats gonna make you more money? What? Dog, somebody ever tells you that, man, please. That shit bashed me in the head so bad. He said I was wrong. Man, say you like the third person to say that. Hell no. Man, hell no. I'm out here trying to write contracts. You tripping. Hey, but I appreciate the please, man. Hell no. Fanon caked up. He not missing that money. Rich. Hey, Damon Wester, man, please don't play with me. Look, man, let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you what I don't do. I'm not fronting. You know what fronting is? T. Orlando. Oh my God. Hey, look, man, I'm not fronting. I let that for y'all young people to do that. Okay? I'm not fronting. I'm not stunting on y'all. I'm not wearing watches and gold and shit to try to tell you. Let me put it this way. I'm not listening to Gilly. I'm not listening to Gilly the Kid. I ain't about to sit up here and tell you I got a ton of money so I can get a ton of money. That shit don't work, man. Are you nuts? Hell no. Hell no. Does this anyway. But I appreciate the support. Facts, I believe you dig. I'm like, what the fuck? Man, you try to tell somebody, man, you lose a job, you think that shit's gonna make you more money? Man, hell no. Hell no. Like, and I love y'all to death, dog. Please don't tell somebody out here I'm rich. I ain't rich. I'm gonna tell you what I am, though. I'm well educated. I am that. You know what I'm saying? I'm well educated. I know boxing. I know that. Say you're not stunting like Bud with his more buys. Yeah, man, I ain't stunting, dog. You know what I mean? I ain't one of these cats gonna say, oh, it's 8 million. I'm gonna tell you 20. Hell no. Stunting gets you fried, bro. Especially black people. You tripping showing your money off around white people. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna tell you as a piece of advice, all you black folk to get a lot of money, you can impress black people with that money. You making white people mad with all of that shit. Okay? They don't like you when you do that stuff and will go out your way to fry your ass. Do you know what I have a suspicion that most of Michael Jackson's problems was? His neighbors. His neighbors. Man, them people will try to, oh, you show more money than you ain't supposed to have much money as me. That's called, you keep showing your money off around white people and see what happened to you. No. Hey, my guy, Malcolm in the building. Thoughts on Golden Boy lawsuit versus Ryan and the outcome? I don't know. You never heard that one before? Oh, let me tell you the story. I'll tell you, wealthy black people in business know this to be true. It was called the Forbes magazine curse. Every black person that has ever been on the cover of Forbes magazine went broke. Did you know that? At a certain point in time, every black person that was on the cover of Forbes magazine went broke. And let me tell you why. Because when you floss like that and you act like you got a ton of money because you got $50 million. There's a group of nerdy white boys that got 200 million that don't get nearly the attention, none of the accolades, and none of that for being so special as to have $50 million. And they resent it, and they got more than enough money, time, and ill will in their hearts for your ass to go out of their way to ruin you. All of a sudden, you're going to have all kind of bad press out there on you. You're going to have people suing you for everything in their mother. Who could afford to pay somebody $100,000 to just accuse Michael Jackson of something? When you got people saying, man, I got offered $1 million just to accuse him. Who's got $1 million just to accuse him? Somebody that wants to ruin him. You ever see that? You ever see that movie, The GOAT? Errol GOAT, as in Errol Manigault. When Errol Manigault was jumping, taking dollar bills off the top of backboards, and somebody walked out, his coach walked out and said, "Hey man, would you mind just participating in the high jump for conference, because you can win the conference. You can win the high jump easy. All you got to do is just jump over the bar for me once." And Errol Manigault said, "No, I'm not a high jumper. Nah, man, I'm not running track. I'm a basketball player." And he said, "There's something about you people. You know how to play games, but you don't know how to play the game." And that dude went, because he was smoking cigarettes in front of the school, got him kicked off the basketball team, and he lost his college scholarships. You think Karen is the only one on the phone calling the police on you? Every time you see in D.C. a group of black folk acting too happy in Rock Creek Park, the police are going to get called. Why? Because you look like you're having more fun than me. You look like you're having more fun than me. I got all this money and ain't nobody acting like I'm great. I got all this money and all the girls ain't throwing themselves at me. No, bro, keep your money in your pocket around them, dude. Keep your money in your pocket around them. Keep your money in your pocket around them. Hey, by the way, how is Russell Simmons doing? Y'all better put your money in your pocket around them. And other Negroes too. Because they'll come around trying to ruin you too. Because let me tell you. Let me get you. Man, please. Anyway, facts, that's exactly why I stay low-key and off of socials, especially in public records. I want money, not look like it, man. Just, dude, play your role. I haven't seen it. Robert A.F. Smith has been a billionaire. Yeah, he's been a billionaire doing what? How often do you see Robert A. Smith running around super flexing? Does he have one? And let Robert Smith F around and find out. Let him F around and find out. Okay? Let him. That's a case of fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Thank you very much. There's a guy that's damn near a billionaire in St. Louis. Man, they keep a low profile. Let Robert Smith start talking about he's about to take over Elon Musk. That he's chasing Elon Musk. Man, please. I heard one channel say that the top channels like you, Showbiz, are earning close to 7 figures a year. Please. 7 figures a year? I wish that was true. No chance. Off 100,000 subs? You think you're getting $1 million a year? No. No. How about no? How about hell no? I can't speak on them, but not me. Nowhere near it. Kidding me? Nowhere near it. Anyway, please don't count my money because no, I don't make anywhere near 7 figures a year. Nowhere near it. Man, what do you want? What do you want?
What do you think about Errol Spence saying that Canelo is the #1 boxer in the world?
I think Canelo Alvarez makes a lot of money. That's what I think. Just like he said, he makes a lot of money.
They asked him for his top 5 fighters.
Yeah, as far as who makes the most money. And he said Canelo makes the most money. That's what he said.
Okay.
Canelo makes the most money. That's what I think. Are you trying to tell me he said he thinks he's the best fighter?
No. They asked him who his top 5 fighters were.
And he said Canelo because he can make 30, 40 million a year. He gave the reason. Canelo because he can make 30, 40 million a year. That's why. And Errol said, I'm the top guy in the United States because I put the butts in the seat. That's what he said. Okay? Now, why don't you try something? Start listening to what people say, try to understand what they say, and stop trying to do a little catch me crap with me. Because he said money. He mentioned money multiple times.
So what about Jermell Charlo? He was on the list too. Was that about money?
And I don't know. If he said, I'm on the list, Canelo's on the list because of money, that's because of money. That's what he said. Then he said me because I put the butts in the seat. Then he said Gervonta. I don't know why he said Jermell. Maybe he thinks Jermell makes a lot of money. I don't know. But I know he said your original question was Canelo, and it was the money. Did you hear him say the money when he mentioned Canelo?
I heard that, but I also
then
heard
what are you asking me for? Since you heard that.
I heard the
seriously.
Question.
No. You heard him say money. I asked you, did you hear him say money? You know he said money. So why would you turn around and ask me, well, Jermell's on there. Is that about money? When you know that you heard Errol say Canelo's on there because of money. You knew the answer to the question. But yet you still wanted to act like you didn't know. You want to act like you didn't know.
On one specific thing instead of saying
I am, because that's what he said. He said why? Because he makes 30, 40 million in a fight. He said, yeah, he's the #1 pound for pound because he's #1 pound for pound in money. He ridiculed the idea of pound for pound because he said all that crap is subjective. I can literally quote what he said, and you heard every word of it, and I can ask you, did you hear him say that? You will say yes, but yet you're still here arguing. You are disagreeing with, you're trying to disagree with something that you don't even disagree with.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on him putting Canelo.
You don't want my thoughts, you want to argue.
As #1, that's all. Okay. Thanks.
Why are you going to ask me questions you know the answers to? Why? He said Canelo because of money, then name the best fighters. He said Jermell. He said Jermell. He said bunch of these dudes. I don't know what his logic was behind it. I know perfectly well what he said about Errol, about Canelo. It's because he makes 30, 40 million a fight. That's what he said. And he said, me, I'm the biggest. I put the butts in the seat in the United States. And he's telling the truth. And he said, no, I'm not going to be fighting in why in the world? I'm not going to be fighting. He said, my gate is already off the charts. Dude, they've already got a gate of $22, $23 million for that fight. Again, just like Gervonta Davis, those tickets are selling for $2,000 a pop. It's in the same stadium. The ticket prices are going to be the same, if not higher. They're going to go for the same price, if not higher. He's doing $22 million gate. All Errol Spence Jr. got to do to solidify himself as the man is win the fight. That's it. That's it. That's all he got to do. Hey, man, much love to everybody in the Cash App. Thank you guys so much for your support today. And I really, really do not appreciate it. I'm going to start blocking people lying, talking about I'm making $1 million a year. Please don't act. No, hell no. Please don't do that to me. Give people excuses. Oh, well, you know, he don't need the support. Yeah, I do. You're freaking bugging. Please don't do that to me. That's what them dudes do. They guilt trip you. They do all kind of other stuff because they're trying to shut your channel down, bro. Damien Western for 9. Are you attending front row or nosebleeds? Neither. I'm attending that right there. I'm attending I got front row seats to my television is what I got. Hey, thank you, Richard Paris. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. He said, even if you weren't making it, that's what you deserve to earn, man. Yeah, man. Ain't nobody doing that, man. They got guys that are now, look, some people may make more. I'll tell you how they do make more money. I will tell you how some of these guys do make money. They sell. They lie to you for money. They lie to you for money. Yeah, some of them do that for sure. These guys are not gambling their own money. That's a lie. They're not gambling their own money. That's a lie. When they say, oh, I lost $10,000, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they did not. No, they did not. Okay? These guys are telling you stuff about certain fighters that you know are not true, and they tell you that over and over and over and over again. They're lying. They're not telling you the truth. Now, to all the boxers out there, if you would like to hire me to do it, come for a pretty penny, because I promise you I'll do a better job than all these dudes. I promise you I'll do a better job than all these dudes. I heard BLK Prime is looking for a new YouTube shill. The old one didn't work. Hey, nah, didn't they close down? I think they closed down. They didn't have that fight in June, did they? Let me go to BLK Prime. They're supposed to have a fight in June. That's what they say. Oh, it was up. They took it down. Yeah, they had something advertised and they took it down. So they're done. That's a wrap. Bro, the only thing they got on this channel is a 30-second clip intro. That's all they got on there. This is how you know who goes to the fight. Top boxing fights, not everyone can go simple. I cannot afford $2,000 for a ticket. I'm just going to be honest with you. I can't afford $2,000. I cannot afford to spend $6,000, man, to go to a boxing match. I've been watching boxing matches on television on pay-per-view for a very long time now. I'm okay with watching it on television. That's what I have to do. That's above my pay grade. And ain't nobody giving me celebrity tickets or paying me to go there. None of that stuff. I bet y'all Errol fans didn't get that Errol t-shirt merchandise. I had the clean ass t-shirt frying fish on. Hey, somebody said they got me, but it never got to my house. So far. Fanon, who said strap season first? Spence or Tank? Tank did. Tank said strap season. He got a strap season tattoo. Now, I don't mind. Get your money. Get your money. I've been ringside for both of those guys' fights. It cost me $1,000 to be ringside. I went to the Errol Spence Danny Garcia fight. I was ringside. It cost me $1,000 to be ringside. I went to the Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz fight. I was ringside. Cost me $1,000 to be ringside for those two. So, and I don't want to watch in the nosebleeds. I don't want to do that. I can't see the fight. And I don't like crowds. So just generally speaking, being around a million people bumping up into me, waiting on lines and all that. The fights that I'm going to go to are the ones in like San Antonio, Texas. The ones where you can get in, you can get out. You get front row seats for a few $100, and I can enjoy it. That's the type of fights that I like to go to. I want to see, like I've seen Frank Martin fight. If I'll go to I'll go to Devin Haney's next fight. I may go to if Devin Haney fights Regis Prograis, I'll go get ringside tickets for that. You know what I mean? As long as they're not silly enough to overcharge for those ringside seats. Okay, but I'll go to that. I would have loved to go to the Regis Prograis fight, but I'm really glad that I didn't, since old dude stunk it up. I was ringside for Mark Magsayo, Ray Vargas. I was ringside for Ray Vargas versus out for Ray Vargas versus, who was it? Shaky Foster. Ray Vargas versus Shaky Foster. So I got to be right there watching Shaky Foster fight. I loved it. Loved it. I would love to be ringside for Errol and Terence and see it that angle. But I mean, I'm gonna be just flat with you, man. I can't afford that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shaky Foster. I was there ringside for that. I'm gonna be ringside for some other fighters. The other side is YouTubers that benefit as well, but they should, because they have promoted these fights for years. Look, man, the PBC doesn't engage in that from what I know of. And that's the problem that people had with PBC, is because PBC won't pay. You guys got to understand it's the exact opposite how this works. I saw Ramallah Ali got knocked out. Yeah, I did. Look, this is how it works. Everybody, until certain people started paying. When they started paying, that's when people turned on the PBC, because people have been trying to get the PBC to pay for a while, but they won't pay. They really won't even give you access to their fighters. The PBC doesn't give you access to their fighters. That's the feeling that I get. You have to have a personal relationship with a PBC fighter to get interviews with PBC fighters. Other than that, man, unless you're Fight Hype or Fight Hub or somebody like that, right? Something that's owned by these corporations, and the corporations can go and get those guys to come over there. They don't even do it. But once guys were like, you get younger fighters and people that are really trying to get their foot in the door, and then they're like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you. But once they get their foot in the door, they stop talking to you. And now it's $1 million worth of game. You know what I mean? Now it's $1 million worth of game. Right? $1 million game got him what, 167,000 views or whatever it is. May get to 1 million views on that interview, 500,000 on those views, or they go over there to like some of the kids that have those influencers, like that dude look like his face got like, for real, dude look like a lizard. What's that dude? Skin look like lizard, man. Like, I don't know what's wrong with that. The dude look wrong to me. The guy who Gervonta Davis was on his deal. Can't remember what his name is, dude. Goof, just silly acting dude, little dude. Right for now, and they was not even here from the start. No. But look, I'm just telling you, it doesn't. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. So don't be surprised if somebody that really is trying to get their own, and somebody is trying to grow their own brand, will start doing that. You know what I mean? Sugar Sweets in the building said, hey, Sugar Sweets 007 don't care. 707 don't care how much you make. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for not caring, because God dog, man, that shit right there is a killer. Hey, Smoothie King. Peace, John Boy, get well. Yes, sir. That's Soda Black in the building. Thank you, brother. Speedy from, I don't remember what his name is, man. Keon, something. You know what I'm saying? Free the FOB, GTD. What is FOB? I forgot it again, man. I still want to say free on board. Kai, yeah. Yeah, the one with the dreads. Dude look just something like, I don't know if it's makeup he's wearing or something. Like, some just don't look right about his skin, man. Some just don't look, some look off. But, well, yeah, him. You can get a lot more, you can get a lot more back and forth. I mean, a lot more money out of that. And plus, I mean, you can't give your opinions. Like, those guys really can't give you their opinions for real. You got a couple guys that'll really give you their opinions, but, they're not real boxing dudes. like really, really into the boxing conversation. You know what I mean? Like Gilly the Kid, he knows. I mean, I believe he's a boxing fan, but Fanon, skill pay the bills. Fanon, I appreciate being authentic and not fronting for the views and you speaking on the real topics that go on behind the scenes. Hey, man, it's my pleasure, man. I'm going to keep doing it. You know, I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can. Oh, Fanon, felon on bail. Okay, thank you. Felon on bail. Yeah, man. Mine was a misdemeanor, though, dog. Mine was more of a misdemeanor. It wasn't a felony. More of a misdemeanor. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It was my mistake. It was my mistake. But I am not about to let this kid make this mistake. I'm really like, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Face of boxing. The face of boxing. Yes, sir. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. Hey, click the link. So, hey, but like anybody other than King, click the link. Anybody other than King, but give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. My bad. I had to get something off my chest. I can tell they stopped your paper. I can't tell they stopped your. What are you talking about, Fahim? Oh, yeah, they killed the paper. But hopefully it'll be back soon. Hopefully, man. Hopefully it'll be back soon. Anyway, man. Hey, y'all. So let y'all hit the link, man. The stats, to reiterate what I said before, you got, if you're not I don't take any of you serious, any of you BoxRec Warriors serious. Seriously. I do not take any of you BoxRec Warriors seriously. I do not take any of you CompuBox Warriors seriously. That is the cheapest and easiest way to appear like you know what you're talking about. I have yet to hear a professional trainer mention the connect percentage of a fighter. Have you ever heard it? Ever? When you listen to Bomac speak, Kerry Kunes Ross, you're not connected. Have you ever heard them talk about CompuBot stats? Never. 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 When you listen to Derek James speak, have you ever heard Derek James say Terence Crawford lands 29.8% of his punches? So we're prepared for him to throw exactly 15. We're prepared for him to throw exactly 30 punches per round. And 30% 40% of that 30 is going to be jabs. 60% are going to be power punches. Which power punches? We don't know. They're just power punches. I mean, when you say power punches, are you talking about a hook? You talking about an uppercut? What are you talking about? It does not matter. Any one of those are the same. They're all the same. They're power punches. They're all the same. When have you ever heard anybody do that? Kerry, I got to kick you out because I see you, but you got to connect your device. Can't talk boxing without mentioning Tank. We're here talking the biggest fight, but still got to talk some Tank fights. Haha, face of boxing. Look, I bring up Tank because I like Tank as a fighter a lot. Also, I like his camp. I like Senior. I like Coach Squeeze. I like Kenny, Coach Kenny. I like Coach Calvin Ford. I think they're good dudes. I think they're honest dudes. And I think that they're good at their job. I like them. So I enjoy and I'm looking forward to the next Gervonta Davis fight. So I like to talk about Gervonta as much as I can. Why not? It's an enjoyable topic. The man is one of the best fighters in boxing. Notice who Errol Spence Jr. did not name. Please notice who he did not name when he talked about the best fighters in boxing. Guess who he didn't name? He did name Alexander Usyk, though. But I'll give you the answer to why I think Errol Spence Jr. answered the question the way he answered it. Because I think that he first thought you were talking about pound for pound. Because he's like, man, all of that pound for pound stuff. But who are the best fighters? Then it seemed like after he skipped off the pound for pound and started listening to the top 5 fighters, Canelo's a top fighter. And you could say that they're top fighters for different reasons. Here in Baltimore, we rock with you too. Finale salute. Hey, thank you, Fresh Baker. I met Calvin at a gym in Pennsylvania Avenue over West Baltimore. Him and Kenny, cool as F and down to earth. Yeah, they're nice dudes, man, and they're honest. I lean towards honesty. Honesty. Canelo is washed. Yeah, he may be. Shout out to the Rise podcast and Upton Gym all day. I met, that's why I'll talk about him. And it's more enjoyable because honestly, his fans are like more real. Terence, Errol, Devin Haney fans are just on so much dumb shit that it's hard to support the guy because you guys you're worse than Lomachenko fans. Like, you so much worse than Lomachenko fans. Devin Haney fans are like Lomachenko fans on steroids. Like, steroids and bone grafts, whatever you like, they're just, my goodness gracious. They're like definitely like worse than Lomachenko fans. Lomachenko fans say the same. Like, Lomachenko fans will literally justify something, saying, "Hey, who didn't he say? Keith? No, he didn't say Terence. He didn't say Devin. He didn't say Devin. He didn't say Shakur. He said Gervonta. He didn't say Frank Martin either. Only lightweight he named was Gervonta. That's it. Gervonta. Spence fans are way worse than Manny and Canelo fans. Let me tell you. Back to other side from that trolling. You all just make shit up. Y'all just make shit. You just, excuse my language. Y'all just they just make stuff up. Like, if something don't work, they just make it up. Like they make up rules. Make it up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, you got new terms like that ain't never existed before. Hey, listening and working, Zen is me. Hey, thank you, Zen. Thank you, brother, for that $5 holler, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. Look, man. People, the same people could pick every inconsistency and lie that Eddie Hearn told about Anthony Joshua. Could pick out every single solitary one. And I mean relevant inconsistencies. Relevant inconsistencies. Okay? Can anybody tell me what the difference is between a relevant inconsistency and an irrelevant inconsistency? Yes, I boxed at a younger age. Yes, I did. Put gloves on, actually, and it was bare knuckles. Yes, I bare knuckle boxed when I was a little kid. Absolutely. I didn't get the question, but if it was asking Tank the face, his answer is yes. I mean, relevant inconsistencies. Does anybody know what a relevant inconsistency is? There you go. One that matters to the point we're discussing. So, for example, let me give you an example of an apparent inconsistency that is an irrelevant inconsistency. The one that this young man got on my channel with about Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson said to Devin Haney, "They made me do it. I'm sorry, they made me do it." Watch this. Terence, Shakur Stevenson beats Yoshina. Much love to Mr. Henry Heron for that $3 holler in the building. Thank you, brother, for the $3 holler. Thank you, brother, for the $3 holler. Questions are preferred in the Cash App. Off-topic questions are preferred in the Cash App. Soda Black said, but Soda Black supports. If you had to pick 3 fighters to tour the world with to fight the best, who would you pick on your team? 3 fighters to tour the world and fight the best fighters anywhere they go? Terence, Crawford, Errol, Spence, and Gervonta Davis. That or Errol, Spence, Shakur Stevenson, and Gervonta Davis. One of the either Gervonta Davis, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, or Shakur Stevenson. Depends on how long the tour is. If I picked a 4th, David Morel. I may take David Morel or Alexander Usyk after that. Alexander Usyk or David Morel. Hey, man, look, hey, D4 to win. You got to leave BFTB's name out of it with me. That's his channel. He can shout you out. He can shout you down. That's him. Hey, what up, Fanon? Do you agree with Carissa Shields? If she was a man, she'd be the face of boxing. No, I do not. Cash Cow said, Fanon, I don't have Cash App. Could you answer mine? Answer your what? Question. You didn't put a question in there, Cash Cow. I don't know, maybe if I can, but I'm going to pass over some of the questions because I'm not able to get my point out. So, logical inconsistency. I'm not log. Oh, there is a logical inconsistency. But look, a relevant inconsistency. An irrelevant inconsistency. Shakur Stevenson says to Devin Haney, after he calls out Devin Haney in the ring, "Hey, Devin, I'm sorry they made me do it." And then after that, he goes at a party and sends some drinks and a big bulletin board, lit bulletin board, over to Devin Haney and says, "Sign the contract." Are those two things, are there inconsistencies in that? At first glance, there may be. At first glance, there may be. You have to assume for there to be an inconsistency, you'd have to know, number one, what Shakur Stevenson was apologizing for. That's why I asked the dude, what was he apologizing for? But let's just assume that he apologized for calling him out in the ring. And then he calls him out in the future. Is that an inconsistency? Okay, yeah, it's an inconsistency. Is it a relevant inconsistency? No, it's not. No, it's not. Because is it relevant to the question of whether or not Devin Haney should fight Shakur Stevenson? It's totally irrelevant. Terence Crawford said that he didn't want to fight Errol. He was past it, right? True or not true? True. Terence Crawford said he was past it. The fight never happens. That's what he said. He winds up later on taking the fight. Is that inconsistent? Yes. Very inconsistent. Isn't it? Did anybody out there say, oh, no, Errol doesn't have to fight Terence because Terence said he didn't want the fight? No. No, they didn't. The issue was that Terence Crawford we didn't care whether or not Errol Spence Jr. thought that Terence Crawford thought he was past the fight, that he didn't need the fight. It was irrelevant to the point of whether or not boxing fans thought that Errol Spence Jr. should fight Terence Crawford. So why is it relevant for Shakur to say something as simple as, I'm sorry for calling you out. They made me say the name. Spade the Ace said, I know this is off topic, but I hate hearing other YouTubers talk bad about you. I wish you could slap them. I don't give a shit. Dude, it's commercials, whatever. Spade the Ace. If you don't like them here talking about me, don't listen to them. I never hear them. I never know that they talk about me until somebody tells me. They listen to me. I don't listen to them. I got a video coming out about that cash cow. I got a video coming out about that. I think he's doing a Tim Bradley, is what I think. Liho Shang in the building. Thank you for that $2 holler, brother. Thank you, Liho Shang. Look, if you're talking about me, that's because you're a fan of mine. They admire me. Cash Cow, click the link. I knew you were a troll. Click the link, Cash Cow. Click the link, Cash Cow. Let me hear your voice, RuPaul. Click the link. I'll answer your question when you hit the link. Otherwise, put it in the cash. Otherwise, put it in the Cash Cow or PayPal. Cash Cow. That is the same general type of stupidity that you always use. Cash Cow. Yeah, I shortened it, Joshua Riley. Yeah, click the link. Hey, thank you for the $2 holler. Blessings from the Real Mulatto. Shout out to the Real Mulatto. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for that support, for that $2 holler. Thank you, man. They're fans of mine. They're fans. They steal and by the way, they steal my content constantly because they don't even think like this, but they try to think like this and then they fail. Why it got to be RuPaul? They're actually stupid. No offense. Carry on, sir. Good Sparky Pete. You can click the link and ask that question too. Fanon, I got to your channel here in Negative Things now. Enjoy your channel every day. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, Merchant said, somebody tried the RuPaul. They're trying to take, hey, look, man. RuPaul, calling him RuPaul is without a doubt the best nickname that you could do. It's correct on so many levels. Number one, you're wearing a dress and you're not that. RuPaul is not really RuPaul. RuPaul is whatever that guy is, whatever his name is, that is him. And when he walks around in normal life, he does not wear dresses. He may wear makeup, I don't know. But he doesn't wear dresses. He wears suits and ties. He's a normal man. He likes men, but he's a normal man. He's a man. He doesn't think he's a woman. He doesn't aspire to be a woman. That's fake. It's fake. And that's what these guys are doing. They're literally, figuratively speaking, when you are somebody else, Fahim Sator said Fanon is cocky as hell. Dude, when it comes to this dome piece, yes. You guys don't know it better than me, and you're not as smart as me, bro. So leave me alone. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. I have no doubt whatsoever. Because you show your relative lack of intelligence in a lot of different ways. A lot of different ways. I want to know anybody that, let me ask you, let's take a poll. Man, Ramen Turner, I'm not reading that Cash App till you say what's up by hitting that link. What's going on, Ramen? Ramen Turner is one of the best trolls there is. Hold on one second, man. Hey, Dre's Finest in the building said, happy belated Juneteenth. You dig? Yes, sir, brother. Much love, and you know I dig. What's going on, Dre's Finest? And then, and this in. Where'd it go? My guy, Ramen Turner in the building. Terry Schmoot and I are the original trolls. Yeah, y'all are. Y'all some great ones, too. Thank you, brothers, for that support. Don't confuse cocky with confident. Tell his people all the time. No, I'm not really. I mean, I guess, look. Here's the thing. Who was right? And I'm not talking about boxing matches. Because, hey, man, anybody can get a call wrong on a boxing match. You don't know what's going to happen in a boxing match until they actually get in the ring. You just don't know. You got to know what they look like the day you dang near got to be in their locker room before they walk out to see what their mentality looks like when they're walking out. You just never know what's going on before that fight takes place. I'm reading a book by a famous matchmaker that used to be the matchmaker for Madison Square Garden. And he said, look, man, when I was making fights, you never know what's going to happen in that fight until you talk to them. If one of those guys say that they don't feel right in the locker room, they say going into something don't feel, they're in the locker room not feeling right, bro, that fight can go real crazy. So you never know boxing matches. I don't have any beef with anybody that picks somebody and it goes the other way, right? So this simple idea that you even criticize people for getting fight calls wrong, that tells me that you don't pay attention to what's going on, man. You know what I mean? You don't know what's going on. Anybody can get a fight call wrong. All right? Anybody can get a fight call wrong. Anybody. Real quick with the support. Thank you, man. My guy, Mr. 40 Foot said, great content always. Team Bud. Yes, sir. Shout out to Team Bud. Yeah, man. Like, dude, what's going to happen if Errol loses? Then Errol would lose. He gets a rematch clause, and we're going to be on this channel talking about it. Lord have mercy, bro. What do you think? Same thing you're going to do if Terence loses. Same thing. Hey, what's going on? Upper Echelon in the building, man. Much love with that $5 holler, brother. Thank you, bro. Ramen Turner knows how to get freed. Click the link and put the link in. Ramen Turner's been unblocked enough where he knows. And my guy, Buzz in the building again, man, said, thanks for your boxing knowledge. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother, for that support, man. It's huge. Thank you, man. And my guy, Mr. Schmoot in the building said, good morning, and salute to the chat. Free ramen. All ramen has to do And he knows. Is click the link. You right, Fanon, but I bet we not wrong on Spence beating Crawfish, though. Hey, look, man. The closer I get to the fight, the more confident I get for Errol. The closer I get, the more confident I get for Errol. But like I said, with boxing, with things like that, you don't know. Just like tennis, you don't know. You don't know. You can have a bad day. You can be off. And it just shit unravels. And you see some really great tennis players out in the first, second round because somebody just plays their asses off and somebody else doesn't. Or that style doesn't work right for them. You know? But also, that's not what I mean when I say these people, you know, Adewale said Cash App doesn't work in this country. Hey, you can hit PayPal, Adewale. You got PayPal? You can PayPal this. But I appreciate you, Adewale. You can PayPal right there, brother, if you want. Oh, she nappies. But this is what I mean. These guys are really, really smart, right? Is Showtime Boxing and Al Heyman going out of business? Are they? Are they? No, they're not. You tell me one YouTube channel other than me that told you that from what I read, it looks like they may get more money. One second. Hold on one second. Oh, I already had it. There you go. This one. Oh, here you go. I want to show you something. Now, I want to know if anybody else you found did this. This video right here. Can you see that title? You can. Good news. This is 4 months ago. Let's examine the reported merger between Paramount Plus and Showtime in detail as CEO Bob Bakish reveals that sports is a targeted growth area, I messed that up, for the company. Good news. Gervonta Davis and Errol Spence save Showtime Boxing as merger features sports vertical. This was 4 months ago in February. And what did I say? See, don't tell me that. See, I can't get those no more. So, you tell me, who do you know 4 months ago that told you not only are they not going out of business, but because they're making big fights, they may actually have more money? And I said sports vertical. Can anybody tell me what happened to Showtime? They went into that sports vertical because that's what the CEO, Bob Bakish, said. How many people were at the same time telling you that they were going out of business? How many people with YouTube channels told you what they read, explained what they read, and I'm telling you, read something and was 100% wrong about what they read? If you would have read it, it was very clear what was going to happen. If you read and you actually have some business experience, it was going to be reasonable it was more reasonable to assume that the boxing program would grow than it would that it went away. Because they've got two of the biggest names in boxing. And they have a sports vertical. Bob Bakish, who was the CEO of the company, did not pay attention to each of their silos. They're looking at all of their assets and organizing their assets. And they put that sports asset with the sports. And now Steven Espinoza is saying, hey, it would be great if all of these fights could take place, so when my contract's up, I can get a raise. So that's why they don't click the link. Just so you know. That's why they don't click the link. That's why they mention my name. But they don't click the link. Because time and time again, they've had to sit there and eat crow. And they would rather eat their crow from way back underneath a bridge and act like everybody forgot it, than to actually have it recorded on my channel. Because if you do it when you speak to me, number one, I'm going to expose it. And number two, it's going to be in front of everybody right here. So keep on mentioning my name, Mr. I'm so vain. I used to think this song, you remember that? You're so vain, him, all of them clowns. Oh, what happened to demographics for dummies, man? I still remember y'all. Trying to clown me when I talked about demographics. Who's the biggest selling fighters right now? Man, click the link. Everybody in the chat used to eat crow. Everybody in that chat used to eat crow. Man, eating crow like nobody's tomorrow. Also, all you Devin Haney fans eating crow, you just won't eat it. You Devin Haney fans definitely got crow on your plate, and it's starting to stink. But you know what happens when you don't eat crow? Crow multiplies. Crow is this funny way where it's the only food you're supposed to eat that if you don't eat it, it doesn't just stay there. It literally multiplies. Dead crow multiplies. I told you he wasn't going to want to fight everybody and anybody when he got them belts. And all of a sudden now you got a reason. Now y'all got reasons for why. Now you got you say everything but let's fight. Devin saying everything but let's fight. Send the contract. Nobody called me. Hey, dog, that don't sound like let's fight to me. I don't know if I can make the weight. I can make the weight maybe. Maybe I can. Oh, we can make that fight later down the road. That don't sound like let's fight. Oh, you just clout chasing. That's just clout chasing. You just clout chasing. Nate said, you mad Loma lost, ball head. No, I am very happy Lomachenko lost. I am very, very, very happy Lomachenko lost. You kidding me? You think I want to deal with Lomachenko fans? No, thank you. Let me tell you what I am happy about. I'm happy that all you got to say is that, clown. I'm happy that that's the only thing you got to say. I'm happy that that is, big time, man. What? Hold on 1 second, man. Somebody supported in the Cash App, in the PayPal. Man, whoa, huge. Mr. Elliott in the building said, I appreciate your content. Yes, sir. I told you about that. I told y'all about that term sheet. That term sheet that just said term sheet. Hey, can I ask you a question? Honestly, man, I think I know this better than T. Orlando does. But I'm going to ask T. Orlando. I don't know, T. Orlando, do you do contracts? You ever worked in contracts? Hey, T. Orlando, let me know if you're there, dog. Because the Gary Russell Jr. term sheet. Oh, man, he sent him the term sheet. He wouldn't say, man, first of all, why you even need to sign it? He wouldn't sign the term. You're here, right? Can I ask you a question? If there's an offer, acceptance, and consideration in an agreement, and it is, how can I say it? And it is legally, and everything about it is legally enforceable, except for the word term sheet at the top. Is it a legally enforceable term sheet? Or is it a legally enforceable contract? If there is all the elements necessary to establish a contract, is it a legally binding agreement? Even if it has the word term sheet written across the top. Only term sheet across the top. If all the other elements of a contract are existent and it's not, and it's illegally, and I guess that's kind of answering the question with the question. It's a contract. Recitals have no meaning. Thank you. What you call it is what he means by recital. What you label it has no meaning. It's whether or not the court will find it. Now, he said you can call it a banana and a contract is a contract. Now, T. Orlando, what if I put this phrase in that contract? This agreement is not legally binding upon either party. No portion of this agreement is legally binding upon either party. Then what do you have? Then what do you have? The language speaks for itself. I agree to the term. It's not wrong. James Wade, shush, you're wrong. Is there a severance provision? No, it is not a severance. No severance provisions. No provisions in there. No severance. No severance. And there's been no performance. And there's been no performance. There's been no consideration exchanged. No, not a severance provision. Now, do you mean in the way that you can terminate the agreement? No. Nope. You mean as if there's something you're going to pay if you do not do it? No, none of that. There's no meeting of the mind, so I would say no contract. Bingo. And in fact, you explicitly agree that we are not going, that this agreement is not legally enforceable. We agree that none of these terms are binding. If you explicitly agree that none of these terms of this agreement are binding, I meant the clause allows the court to remove unenforceable provisions. Thank you, brother. Thank you. By severance, I meant a clause that allows the court to remove unenforceable provisions. Thank you, brother. I'm sorry. No. It's not in there. In that one, no, it was not. But thank you for enlightening me. Thank you, brother. No. I thought you were talking about isn't an employment agreement, and you're going to agree upon. No, it's okay. So no, I meant a clause that allows the court to remove unenforceable provisions. No. It is me. If it is this, we agree to X amount of dollars, and it will be held on this network if we ultimately reach an agreement on other terms. That's what I mean. A simple term sheet where you lay out the general things that you agree before you enter into a negotiation. And that the negotiation, then when you enter into the negotiation, that is going to be the binding contract, the binding agreement. And there's been no performance. But anyway, that's why I like to talk to T. Orlando. I think Frank Martin is trying to get something set up with Tank. Been seeing a lot of shorts about him sparring. Your thoughts? I mean, I don't know, man. I can't really speak on thoughts about that, man. I only use term sheets at mediations to memorialize the material terms until we draft a full formal agreement. Exactly. That's what it was. Only problem, T. Orlando, was that there was nothing in it other than that. It was a fully enforceable agreement. It was a formally executable agreement. It had all the terms in there. The only thing that it did not have, from what I saw, was it was called a term sheet instead of a fight contract. This is exactly what you use a term sheet for. The only time I only use term sheet at mediations to memorialize the material terms until we can draft a full formal agreement. That's what they are supposed to have done. But it was a full form formal agreement. And the only thing that they did was change the title from fight contract to term sheet. And his lawyer told him not to sign it. The lawyer said not to sign it. Do not sign it. And watch what you're saying, to memorialize it. You're not saying that is in to memorialize the material terms. Okay, how much money are you going to pay me? When is the fight going to be? Where is the fight going to be? What network will it be on? We've got through all of those things. So now, once we agree and the time is right to sit down, usually our team shirts specifically state that it's subject to the parties finalizing all terms. Exactly. And that was not in there. And it was not in there, T. Orlando. It was not in there. That's my point. That's my point. That was not in there. There was nothing, and you can use different phrases. You can refer to it in different ways. But nothing in this particular agreement is binding on either party until there is a full official agreement termed. Official terms until they finalize all of the terms, and then you eventually sign that agreement. That's all it was supposed to be. But they got sent a full contract, and the only thing they changed was term sheet. That's the only phrase. That's the only thing they changed was term sheet. Anyway, man, that's enough of that. Sorry about that. Hey, man, what's going on, Mr. Bridges? Just Do Boxing said, a little support. Appreciate your content. Respect. Thank you, brother. Thank you, bro. A lot. Thank you a lot. Hey, man, my guy, Kal-El Coolin in the building. Huge. Said Clash is in session. Absolutely, man. Look, man. Like I said, man, I definitely respect T. Orlando. I definitely respect T. Orlando because he is at full contracts are like 20. What do you mean? Term sheets are usually like 1 page. Full contracts are like 20. I mean, you can have a fully executable contract that's only a page or 2. You can, but you're gonna leave a lot of shit out. You know what I mean? You're gonna leave a lot of stuff out. But I think it depends on which one. But whatever. I think you can also make an argument about whether it's enforceable or not. I think it's also subject to that. Frank and Tank are what do we say? The man that's giving boxing his just due is in the building. Salute Just Do. Yes, sir, man. Salute to Just Do. Hey, bro, Cal Cooler, thank you, brother, for that support, man. But anyway, y'all click the link. He said, yeah, a contract can be like 3 sentences, but I wouldn't do that for a multi-million-dollar. No, hell no. Exactly, because there's too many things, that are left. There's too many gaps in there. There's too many things that people have to make assumptions for. And if you don't have it specified and you get into some type of issue, then you have the court trying to connect the dots for you. You don't want people connecting the dots. As in, you don't want, if somebody doesn't tell you what the date of the fight is, what the network of the fight is, what all of that is, but yet there's nothing in there that's saying that this is subject to anyway, you get the point. I don't want to kill it. I'm killing the live stream with it. Yeah, but I wouldn't do it. Yeah, you want to be as specific as you can be. But it also depends on who you are. Depends on if you feel like if you're the one that if you want a lot of wiggle room, you leave it very general. If you don't want wiggle room, you get more specific. Wow, I'm 9 thumbs away from 2,000. Yeah, you'll grow. Hey, come on, man, bro. Hey, hit me up upper echelon. Hey, Fanon, salute to you, brother. What's going on, Jazz, Virgo, Simeon? What's happening with you, man? What's good? Hold on 1 second. Hey, Fanon, salute. You good, brother? Yeah, man, I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm still waiting for some. I'm still been begging cats to keep their name in my name in their mouth to come on hit this link, but they don't do it. Anyway, man. Hey, AJ64 salute, Thomas Hill. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just wanted to say, be prepared for Rick Glazier to say Bud and Spence did 400K pay-per-views. Yeah, I'm prepared for a lot of people to say that. I heard people coming out with 800,000 as well. But anyway, back to the original point of the conversation, man. Let's get back to the original point of the conversation. I took the conversation somewhere else that I didn't want. We got somebody on the chat. That's not who no, that's not him. What's your point? What's going on, man?
And I'm actually subscribed to you, man. I just wanted to appreciate you. I ain't watching a few, but I've been working so much, man. But I always try to catch the live, man. You've been doing it for so long, man. Brother, I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
I really do, man. Like, and I one more thing. Like, I don't get like why people so surprised that like this fight happening. I'm not surprised because Bud ain't never wanted it from the jump. Like, he didn't. You can see his demeanor now. All that energy they had, it is gone. It's gone. Him, Bomac straightening up his words. He's whispering in interviews on national TV. Like, come on now, you a grown ass man. Speak your mind. Talk about that drunk like y'all was talking about. That's one thing I didn't like. Keep that same energy now that the fight here. Now y'all you backtracking. They still talking shit, but they backtracking. And I don't like that. If you're gonna talk about that man and keep talking greasy about him, keep that same energy about him. Cause I that's one thing I don't like. When you start getting personal with a boxer, everything out the window. And his personal life ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in the ring. And that's all I wanted to say. But thank you, man.
Oh, man, for sure. All right. Hold on one second. Hey, upper echelon. Hey, man, read the private chat real quick, man. And then get on, but don't mention what I said though. But just read the private chat real quick. You bounce, man. Upper echelon in the building. What's going on with your brother? Hey, where is this? Most definitely Fanon. I just looked, wasn't paying attention. It is from 3 why they hating Spence video. I've been meaning to learn from the great Martin fan Fanon. Hey, I appreciate that, man. The loudest guy in the room. What is going on with my phone, bro? What shit is going bananas? Oh, much love. Hey, much love to. Oh, Dave Covington canceled it. Hey, Dave Covington, you cancel your Cash App, but I'll still read it. Said, support the channel and the content. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. It got canceled, but I appreciate you anyway. Thank you. And my guy Rod in the building with the $2 holler, brother. Thank you so much, bro. Just Do Boxing in the building. What's going on with you, sir? Just Do Boxing, you there?
That's me. This is upper echelon.
Oh, no, what did I say? Just Do, my bad. Upper echelon, what's up? My bad. I flipped it. What's going on, brother?
Shalom, brother. Shalom.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that $1 million worth of game, that was a very enlightening interview right there. A lot of people looking at it at the surface, but they didn't delve deeper into a deep dive of that right there. They didn't listen to the passion, the pain, the commitment in that man's voice. That man said, when I woke up out the coma, first thing I was asking for was Bud. Get me the Terence Crawford fight. That man couldn't walk. He was in the wheelchair. He wanted them to push him up to a heavy bag. And he's sitting there in the wheelchair in the heavy bag, punching the heavy bag, thinking about Bud. Now, if Bud supporters and his camp don't understand what that means right there, then they have a rude awakening coming. This man wheeled himself back into boxing shape, back into peak physical conditioning. He wheeled his mind from the pain. He got his spirit back in check. He got right back into boxing formation just for this one man right there. This man put all his pain, fears, frustrations, hopes, and joy into this, getting this one man right here. This man turned into a workout monster. He got back better than what he was, focusing on one person right there. He has tunnel vision, like when they put the blinders on the horse, so the horse can only see one way. He can't look to the left or the right. He can only look forward. That's what Errol Spence had on himself right there for this Bud fight. And Bud don't know when he gets in that ring, like Errol said from the word go, I'm stepping. Soon as that bell ring, Earl's gonna be over on that man in half a second. He gonna be like a track hawk taking off from the starting line. He's there. And Bud is not even gonna have enough time to compute what's happening because he's thinking Earl will come out regular and he's thinking he's gonna have time to compute the data. The data is pain. You're gonna be taking pain early, you're gonna be taking pain often, and this man is gonna stop you. This man is gonna put on the most impressive show that he's ever did. You thought Ugas was bad, you thought Kell Brook was bad, you thought Lamont Peterson was bad. None of them is nothing for what he's gonna do for Bud. Bud is his showcase fight. Everybody that doubts Spence, everybody that made him the underdog, all the legends that picks Terence Crawford, all the naysayers, all the people hating, saying that he was scared, that he was ducking, they don't realize this is only adding fuel to a raging volcano that's about to blow. And when this thing blows, it's taking off half the world. It's taking off all of Bud's world and his co-conspirators. And Bernie the Boxer, he better not be at the fight right there because that's going to be a litmus, a daggone, he's going to be the kindling that keep the fire going. Bud's in trouble, and Errol is going to incinerate that man in that ring. I don't see this fight going past 7 or 8 rounds. And if you understand what that man was saying, then you understand what I'm saying. He's going to break him. He literally said, I'm going to break him, like he's breaking a horse. You have some horses that refuse to bow down, but eventually they get broke. He's going to buck break that man. He's going to break that man's spirit. Bud's going to be a shell of himself, and he's not going to activate that rematch. Bud's going to take his money, and he's going to fade off into obscurity because he's not going to want after what Errol gives him. And people don't understand it. That's why Errol has that cool confidence. That's why he's just sitting there relaxed, buying his time, because he already knows once he gets in that ring, it's over with. That's why he's not yelling. That's why he's not loud. He's not showboating, because he knows his moment is coming, July 29th. He's not trying to do nothing to make Bud fake an injury. He's not trying to do nothing to make Bud get out that ring. He's just trying to get Bud to step into them 2 rings, and they say ding, and then it's over with right there. But I'm not gonna hold it up no more. And yeah, I do need to get with you later on for now. Whenever you get a chance, just let me know. But
yeah, but you got my email, man. Just email me your phone number and we can rap about it.
Okay, sir.
I can explain all that. I'll talk to you.
I appreciate that, sir.
You know, most cats, and I mean thoroughly most cats, dog, I gotta know you. I gotta know you. I gotta know that what you are really about before I help you, because they a lot of phony ass dudes.
Yeah, I've been here for 3 years. I've been here for 3 years, though. I've been through your ups and your downs. I've been through here when they try to lynch you and they try to turn their backs on you. I've been here. I seen the fakeness and all that, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but you see what, but you know what I'm talking about then. So yeah, we definitely rap for sure. You gone? You left? All right, up Echelon, I think you bounced. All right, what's up? Benson Hedges, what's up, man? Good. What's going on, sir?
What's up? What's up, Anon? You all right, champ? Can you hear me?
Man, I'm good, man. I can't complain about a thing, you know. I can hear you well.
I just
real quick though. Hey, Rob, I got 2 more super cash ads. Some people came through with. My guy, Mr. Covington, says support the channel and the great content. Thank you, Mr. Covington. Appreciate you, brother. And my guy, hey, Upper Echelon Building said, Shalom. Yes, sir, brother. Appreciate you so much, man. All right, so what's up, man? Hey,
Not much, you know.
Can you turn like your radio down? I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Okay, is that a little bit better right there?
That's better. Yeah, that right there, that's better. Yeah.
All right. Well, I was just hitting the link. I was seeing a lot of times you'll be asking people to come on and hit that link, and they don't click that link. And I was just thinking in my head, you can always tell the people who wouldn't sign the contract or the people who wouldn't they the same people who will be doing all that talking in the chat, and they won't get on and show their face or dispute their argument. So, you know, we know the people who will in the chat that will take on the fight and the people who won't, because they're the same ones who won't hit that link when you're saying, just get on the stream. Go ahead and hit that link.
And ain't nowhere, and ain't nothing, or just jumping up there just to be heard. One or the other, you know? But yeah, man, the show.
Right. But you know, I didn't want to, you know, say too much. I'll be having some good works coming soon, man. I just wanted to tell you, look, man, I love everything that you're doing as normal, and I back you 100%, man. I'm very grateful of the opportunity that you've been able to take advantage of and be able to build your platform. Very proud of you, man. Just, you know, want to give you your, you know, flowers. I know there was an incident, emergency incident not too long ago, man. Just wanted to tell you I had you in my prayers. And hey, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Happy Father's Day to you and to all the fathers that's in the chat, man. God bless, man. Happy Father's Day to y'all.
Thank you, man. You on your way to the gig? I see you suit. I see you shirted up.
I am the gig. Like, you know, you kind of, you know, you do your routine field check, you know, your field work, and so I'm kind of, you know, in and out the office right now, but yeah, definitely working.
All right, man. Well, you have a good day, man.
But yeah, have yourself a good one, man. I didn't want to say too much. Just wanted to come on and say you can tell the people who take the fight and the people who won't, because they won't even hit the link.
There you go.
So y'all tap that link, man, and take the fight.
Yeah. Yeah,
all right,
man.
It's a good one.
All right, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Hey, they rather not do it than see me win. I know what that is. Yeah. Hey, Ray Davis in the bill said EJ is Bud, is the Bud, is Terry Norris, D-Day, Sugar Ray Leonard. Yes, sir. Oh, I do. Hey, let me make a little small correction though. No, I'm not gonna leave that acrylic. If y'all didn't see this little that's on y'all, ain't gonna do that. Errol is another level with his determination for this fight to become king of 147 man down. Yes, sir. Hey man, Errol, Terence Crawford may be having it out there too. Man, look, dude, Terence, I'm gonna tell you, dog, Terence Crawford ain't no joke. So that's what really makes it a great fight, man. Dapper Douglas, what's going on, man? He said, I'm walking my route, can't type, but salute to all the wrenches fire. Yes, sir, brother. Oh, and shout out, oh, by the way, shout out to Deborah Booker. Shout out to John Bowie. And all the usual suspects that are not in the building today. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all doing well. And we got, hey, man, hey, what's going on? Hey, Fanon. Hey, dude, look. RKB said, Fanon INT1 scammed me, bro. Man down. Yeah, they did. Scammed you. Always click the link. Always click the link here, man. There is no one in that. Sorry about that, RKB. Boxing for Steelers, your connection is not. Hey, I thank you for still supporting, even though somebody scammed you. Just killing me, man. And PayPal, they can't scam on the PayPal. I don't believe Terry. I know look, Terry just talking, man. I skip right over Terry. But Terry's good people, though, man. For sure, good people. Even though Terry don't click the link. That'll get Terry to click the link. I don't believe Terrence know his kind very well. What is that? The Rise, Bud is not the one with previous eye and facial damage. Errol's face will not hold up to Bud's power. You guys out here just wishful thinking, man. How about you talk about how he's not going to do something? Like you waiting for freak accidents to happen in the ring? You think you looking for freak accidents to happen in the ring? Like, he's not going to stand up to that power. Man, he's been hit by other people, and he stood up to it. Who is Bud injured? I mean, and I don't know if he's been, and not anybody that I know of. What's up? What's going on? Kamal say, what's up with Wilder signing with Saudis? What's up with Wilder signing with the Saudis like Usyk and fighting Andy Ruiz next? I don't know if that's true or not. I follow Tate Jones, who's out of that camp, and he said that's not true on his Twitter. So I don't know if that's true or not. That's what that is being reported, but I don't know if that's true or not. And they said Devin Haney is close to signing with them as well. I don't know which. I don't know. I don't know who's going to fight him out there, Devin Haney out there in Saudi Arabia, and I don't know. They also just said a lot of people have just said, "What's going on, Steph Brown? Be well, Fanon, and chat family." Yes, sir. You be well also. I also heard the same thing about Matthias about to sign with. Matthias is about to sign with what is it? That he was going to sign with Matchroom. That didn't happen. Hey, what's going on? Mr. Thomas said the clock is ticking. Yeah, it is. We about to get there. Hey, Marcus E say, hey, Fanon, can you let John Bowie know I'm praying for him for sure? I'll do it right now. No need to wait because I don't want to fake. Hold on a second. Got it. There you go. It's done. Thomas Moore said, Bud's strength will nullify Errol's size. Bud's footwork and counterpunching will neutralize the jab. Well, there you go. That's reasonable. I like that, Thomas Morris. Thank you. Other than some just general thing like he's just not going to be able to hold up. You could be like Rick Timms and just sit there and wait for the guy to win the fight. And then try to rub it into everybody. You know? I think because seriously, man, that's a Wilder did say on IG that he's got a big fight announcement coming soon. Yeah, but dude, Andy Ruiz is with the PBC. I don't know. They said that they're going to announce a fight. That's what's up. Thomas Hill in the building. What's going on, Thomas Hill?
Good morning to you, Fanon.
Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to the chat. Much prayers go up to John Bowie and Deborah Booker, also Slick Skip. Their presence is always missed when they're not in the chat.
Yeah, Slick Skip. My bad. Let me get it going for Slick Skip. Slick Skip in the building. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you good. You good, man. You the maestro. Yeah, I just want to say, well, actually, I wanted to ask the question to you. What do you think about the Devin possibly going up to fight Regis Prograis? Would you consider that a duck?
Depends on who I'm talking to and what the circumstance is.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
If I'm talking to just a reasonable boxing fan that just wants to get my thoughts on it, I would say, man, I wouldn't really consider it too much of a duck. If you can't make the weight, you can't make the weight. And, you know, he definitely looks very bad on that scale. So if he goes up and he fights for the WBC championship, I think that Regis Prograis is a legitimate challenger. He's a for real fighter. And it's a good fight. It's not like he's fighting somebody that is trash. Now, if I'm talking to one of these guys that want to call everybody else in boxing a duck and say that Lomachenko ducked him and how Devin was ducked by everybody and their mother, including Gary Rudd, then I would say, nah, dude, look, according to Devin Haney standards, that's a duck. According to the standards that you guys use for other fighters when it comes to Devin, that's a duck. There's no
No.
excuse not to. When it comes to Devin, there's no excuse not to fight him if he says he wants to fight.
No, that's absolutely spot on, and that's how I actually view it as well. Because I don't actually see him going up and fighting a champion as a duck. I do know that they do run their mouth a lot, and it does backfire on them when doing so, because you've always labeled other folks ducking you and use similar reasons for doing the duck that you might possibly entertain right now. But I think that's a very dangerous fight for Devin. So it's not a tough fight. I mean, it's not an easy road for him if he chooses to do that. I just know that he painted himself in such of a corner, and I don't want to spend too much time on him, where
No,
he only has Tank and Shakur as his legitimate options at 135. And then if he goes up to try to fight a 140, it's going to probably be Regis, and that's going to be a tough fight there. So I agree exactly what you said. Nah, I support Tank a little bit more. I'm a boxing fan more than anything, and I want to see the fight just because of the back and forth that has been going on consistently. And I would really, I know this is not a favorable stance. I would really like to see Tank take the fight at any way without weight restrictions. So when he mop him, ain't no excuse they can say, and then they can, put it to bed. But I know he's gonna always get flack no matter what he does. Likewise, I wanted to also mention about what Upper Echelon said, and I agree with him. That's the one thing that stood out about the interview for me, is like when he got out that accident and he could barely move, he was over there punching bags, and the first thing he said to Al Heyman without him even knowing was, "I'll make the fight with Bud." Like that was on his mind. That just shows that throughout the midst of pain, and he was in a lot of pain because he bounced off that concrete, he still had this man in his mind, like, I gotta make this fight. I want this fight. That's determination. And I don't know, like you said, I don't know if Crawford, somebody was up in there saying that he ain't been drinking and smoking and he's staying in shape. Your physical body can be in shape, but that mind really got to be in shape to go through wars. And that man mind is fixed on going through that war. So it's going to be a great fight. And I can't wait for this fight to come.
Yeah, man, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it too, man. I'm looking forward to it. I just, as far as all that determination that he's been wanting to fight, is also something to be said about somebody that's been trying to fight the specific person for a while.
That is true.
Errol is like literally like, if you game plan for somebody, like this is what your target is. Terence has been Errol's target for several years. I don't think that there's any stone or anything that he's seen Terence Crawford has done that he's not seen. And he's not thought about it. He's not visualized,
Yeah. And then one last thing, because I agree with you. It's another great fight that's about to happen, and it's not getting much press. And I understand why you say it is, because both parties involved in the fight that will be in the ring really don't have much of a following or backing. But in a way, and Fulton is about to be another great fight. And I just can't wait to see it. I love the fact that Fulton is willing to put everything on the line and go all the way across seas to fight this man, just to prove that he is that guy. And it's just, boxing has just been great this year. And I'm so appreciative to the people who actually cover it in a manner and do it. It's proper justice. And you do that every day. Like, I know you have your moments where you poke fun at certain things, but it's only in jest. Most of it, if people could realize what you do, would see the genius behind what you do, and it moves the needle forward, and it drives the conversation to get more people involved in it. And I appreciate that about you. But
Thanks,
I just thank you for all you do, because you stand tall, and you're a man of principle, and not too many people do that. And I just salute you for that as well. Thanks for having me on the show, and
anytime, brother.
Thanks for giving us something to talk about. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, thank you. And anytime.
All right, you
brother.
Have a blessed day.
You as well. You have a blessed day as well. That's heartwarming. Somebody asked that the Cash App does not have a 1 behind it. It's from 2020 and it's from 2021, not from 2022. That's why we on the road to 1 million for 1 million. I'll take $1 million. Right now, I'm just trying to be I'm just on the road till tomorrow. You know, I'm on the road to next year, man. I'm on the road to weight loss. Have lost 14 pounds though to date. Hey, John Bowie. Hey, man, John Bowie in the building said, let everybody know I just need a mental vacation. Thank you. My guy, John Bowie in the building said, let everybody know I just need a mental vacation. Got it done, man. Shout out to John Bowie and that Cash App. Yeah, for real, we know John Bowie. Yeah, absolutely. I'll just text him again, man. We know. It's true, brother. We all appreciate you. Hey, thank you, Judah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. But yeah, hit that link again, man. He said, merch is dumb. Said, my boy Frequent, I requested Devin. Yeah, I am, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm trying to be on the pound a week motion. My boy Frequent, I requested Devin talk. The OG ignored me. Oh, you can talk about Devin if you want. Go ahead. Kick the link. Only Devin talk I'm doing is if somebody hits the link. Because on the real, you guys are annoying. You guys are out here pitching. You guys are out here pitching some silliness. Hey, big time in the building. Cal Coolin in the building said, prayers for John Bowie. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big time, brother. Thank you, John Bowie. Thank you, Cal Coolin. Thank you, Cal Coolin. And I will, frequent flyer. Let John Boy, frequent flyer said, let John Boy know I'm holding down for him against all the Haney bad talk. I need Haney fans to click the link. I like doing it in the link. You said it's draining. It is. I mean, you know what it is. Yeah, it's draining. It is what it is. It is draining. It's fairly draining. But at the same time, it's better than it's easier than dealing with some real life stuff. It's just that Devin Haney is just, they just hype jobbing him. I'm not saying that he's not a good fighter, but y'all are hype jobbing him, exaggerating stuff, giving him breaks on everything. Devin can, you tell me if nobody's ever said that a dude that you've ever disagreed with anything somebody's done and everything that they do, he really wants to smoke. Devin does not really want that smoke like that, bro. Thomas Hill what's going on, Thomas Hill?
Hey, I wanted to also say shout out to my man Windy City Assassin too, because we were on KO's boxing last night and I didn't get a shout out from him. That brother always good in my book. He ain't never got to shout me out, and I know the love is still there. I got much respect for him. And tell him no matter the batter, the chicken is always good between me and him. And also Vincent Hedges too. It was good seeing my man Vincent Hedges too. So shout out to that man as well. And shout out to John Boy as well. Like I say, Slick Skip and the queen, Deborah Booker. And you guys have a blessed day.
All right. Hey, good put a face to a name, Thomas Hill. That's one of our superpowers. We make the bad talkers feel weak. How do I call in? You click a link. G Flacco Escobar official. You just click that link right there and you can get in. There's a link right there. You can get in. I don't know where he's been, but I'm glad he's back. You know what I mean? I can't tell you where he's been, but I'm glad he's back. Corleone did comics, said Bud has boxing skills, but he is more of a showman, flashy fighter. Errol is a true boxer, sticks to the basics, no wasted punches. Bud has to box to keep pace in this 12-round marathon. We're gonna see whether or not it's a 12-round marathon. We're just gonna see. The punch output for me is the thing, because in the cutting off of the ring is it for me. I'm gonna watch some more tape on Errol today. But I'm telling you, man, that dude right there can cut that ring off. Errol, if Terence Crawford can, if Errol cuts off the ring on Terence, he to me seems, and guess what he can do? And I think this is underestimated about Errol. The reason he can cut this ring off is because of how fast his feet are. Do you realize you cannot really cut off the ring without fast feet? Isn't if a Burger Time Promote Production said, let me in, brother. There's a link right here. All you got to do is hit the link. It's right there. John Bowie back in the building said, hey. And he said, my apologies. I hope you're well. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, John Bowie. Man, John Bowie back in that building. Ain't even in the building supporting Huge. What's going on, upper echelon?
This is gonna be real quick because my wife knocked me out the last time. She always worried about somebody, but you just alluded to my points. That's what I've been trying to tell people right there. Errol Spence has some of the quickest feet in the game. He just doesn't rush like Sean Porter. Errol Spence will dart in and dart out. Like if you watch the Mikey Garcia and you watch the Danny Garcia fight, Errol Spence darts in, he attacks, and then he gets out while the opponent is swinging. And sometimes you see that they missing and he's out the range that fast. He gets in there, attacks, and is out of range unless he's in there trying to commit to it. And that's when he's catching the shots and rolling with them and throwing them back. See, Errol Spence, like I tell everybody once before, his feet are so fast, he cuts off the ring and he chooses to make you fight where he wants you to fight at. While you sitting there shuffling from side to side, he's shuffling up and to the side. And he's doing it so unconsciously. And he always keeps his foot on the outside of your foot. So you're always in that box. People don't even realize what's happening because they're worried about the shots and the jab and everything else. They're not paying attention to the footwork. While Errol, he does all this simultaneously. That's what makes him such a great fighter. And he boxes everybody in. And if you're going to go back and watch some fights, watch the Peterson fight, watch the Algieri fight, watch the LaGreco fight, watch the Jesus fight. Watch how he corners them and he shuts them down from getting away and the way he makes them fight, especially like the Van Heerden fight. Errol has a knack for sitting there countering, cutting you off, and fighting when he wants to fight and then getting out the way before you can return fire. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to hold you up. I just had to get that point across real quick, sir.
Hey, no worries, man. Talk to you later, upper echelon. Holla at you, man. It takes foot speed to do that. If you're looking at what's going on with like what happened with Jaron Ennis, man. Hold on a second, man. G Flacco Escobar. How can I help you, man?
What's good, my guy? What's good, my guy?
I'm good, man. What's good? What's good?
Gotta put a face to the name. This G Flacco Esco. Sometimes I'll be in the chat. Sometimes I don't. You know, I'll be working, as you see. Now this quick intake on the Errol Spence versus the Bud. Man, a lot of people got Bud winning. I don't see why they think Errol Spence don't got them boxing skills. I can see Errol Spence definitely out jabbing him. I think Errol Spence is a better boxer. I don't know, man. I want to say a lot of the hood, a lot of the street people won't go for Bud because he still fight like somebody for the streets. But all them wide hooks, Errol go catch him with them straight jabs. He go catch him. But that's what I got. I see Errol stopping him with an 8th round. That's what I got. Salute to you, Fanning. And I'm out of here.
All right, brother. You take care, sir.
Uh-huh.
All right, man. Hey, Zenith in the building says, showing love to the channel and John Bowie. Yes, sir, brother. Thank you, Zenith, for the support, bro. Big $10 holler. Thank you, man. Yeah, John Bowie. Everybody care about John Bowie, man. I'm telling you. Hey, Tara in the building. What's happening? Hey, Tara Sims, good conversation and coffee. Yeah, man. I want to go get me another sip of coffee. I just can't find a break to go put some more coffee in there for me, man. Hey, thank you, Tara Sims. Hope you're doing well. Errol don't give nobody a break. All work. Somebody need to call the Department of Labor on Errol. Look, man, I was watching how like Regis Prograis could not cut off the ring with Zorrilla. It has a lot to do with how fast you can cut the ring off. If you can't get to that spot before he gets there, you're not going to be able to cut it off. If you got faster feet, you'll be able to cut the ring off. That's why I just don't get why people act like Errol Spence Jr. is slow. Like, People act like this man is literally like act like he's slow because he doesn't move a lot. And the fight wanting to be there is because he's making the fight be there. Leo Shank said, what's wrong with John Boy? Nothing. He's just taking a break. You got to take a mental break, man. John Boy out there working. So, just, arguing with people on YouTube. Also, people attack John Boy a lot because John Boy is a big supporter of the Rise podcast. John Boy is a big supporter of me. So when John Boy stepped up and was like, look, man, I'm going to support these channels. He's basically a big sponsor. He's a sponsor of channels. So, and he sits he does a lot of talking. And you got a lot of people that are firing on him and trying to give him a big ass headache because he supports channels. That's why if there's any headache related to that for him on YouTube, it's because of that. You know what I mean? Is it everything okay? Yeah, everything's okay with him. He's just taking a break from commenting on YouTube, which is real. Because, dude, I do too. I don't talk to you got to understand, man, once people start knowing who you are, once they start knowing who you are, they start trying to make your life miserable, man. You were also going to speak on Boots' last fight, Fanon. Just remind you if you still wanted to share. Oh, my thought is that he didn't his feet. He could not quickly move to those spots. I don't know if Jaron Ennis really worked on it. Jaron Ennis was more following him around. But it's a matter of foot speed. You got to be able to get there. Work behind a jab, but you also got to move. You got to be able to move quick. Because if somebody is fast, and it's not like they were getting out, like you're not able to close out if you can't cut out the ring on Sweet Pea, that's reasonable because you literally can't hit him with nothing. He can get he can get out one way or the other because you can't hit him. You know what I mean? Like he's going to dip. He's going to block punches. He's going to slip punches. He's going to get down low. He's going to be able to get out left or get out right. He knows what combination punches you're throwing. So you could do everything right, get him in that corner, and he's still getting out. And he gets out without holding. And that has a lot to do with his speed. The Pernell Whitaker's foot speed and his the speed of his upper body movement. Errol, the ability to cut somebody off is athletic. That is a sign of athleticism. It's not pure technique. Not pure technique. I don't think anything in sports is pure technique. If you can have perfect punching technique, but if you're slow as molasses and can't punch your way out of a brown paper bag, what's all that technique going to do you? Talent is a real thing. Batty Rich said EJ cuts off the ring sort of like Gennady Golovkin. It didn't look flashy, but it's textbook and correctly applied. Yeah, I'm going to study that a little bit more. Yeah, it's you got to and plus he was the length of Regis Prograis was a problem with that. But yeah, man, you say you have to have a lot of speed. Yeah. You don't necessarily need fast feet to cut off the ring. You just have to know where your opponent is going to be at. Fahim Sator, does fast feet help? You don't necessarily need it, but does it help? You ever seen Floyd Mayweather Jr.? You're gonna love this, Fahim. You ever seen Floyd Mayweather Jr. cut off the ring on Zab Judah? Cut that puppy right off. Boop, 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 boop. Right there. Casemiro didn't cut off the ring with Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux ran a marathon. Rigondeaux slipping with upper body shots too. But he really, against Casemiro, he's definitely running. I'm not one to criticize. I don't do a lot of criticism of Guillermo Rigondeaux because I'm a big fan. And I don't like the excessive amount of complaining that people do about Guillermo Rigondeaux. But Casemiro, dog, he hit a couple sprints in that puppy. But what you're supposed to do when a guy, is out there looking like every weight class he goes to, he gets naturally bigger in every weight class that he goes to. I don't know, Casemiro, man. But yeah, he was on a Hey, man, he was definitely a runner in that. He was definitely running in that one. The thing, though, is what he was punching, though. The thing with that was so bad about Zorilla was when Zorilla just stood there and didn't even throw a punch. When he literally stopped and just stood there like this for like 10 seconds. I was like, okay, this dude ain't trying to fight. This dude is not going to take the lead on anything. Then he did take the lead one time when Regis backed up, he pulled him forward. That's another little bit of I'm telling you, man, that's an interest. Those are interesting. There's so much to learn about boxing. So much to learn about the sport. Always learning about the sport and watching it and observing. That's the greatest sport to me. It definitely helps, but timing beats speed always. Yeah, but speed and timing. Speed helps you time them. Bro, speed is an element of timing. Speed is an element of timing. It's easier to time somebody when you're faster. It's easier to cut off a ring when you're faster. It's easier to do everything when you're more athletic. Everything. Literally. The only thing that it may be harder to do is stay disciplined. I think that may be the harder thing. The only thing about the only thing that's harder about being athletic is staying disciplined and sticking to fundamentals and not being tempted to out athlete them. You know what I mean? And you're tempted to rely on the athleticism, and it may not be there for you. I think that's the only downside. That's the only potential downside of having more speed and more power, is that you may take it for granted and walk into something that you didn't see because you underestimate the athleticism of somebody else. But everything else, speed helps. Everything else, speed helps. And the question for me in fighters that are really, really athletic is, at what point in time is that going to snap? Is that going to catch him? I'm going to tell you somebody who I think can fight to an older age. Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner has the ability to fight to an older age because Adrian Broner never really relied on athleticism. He's a very fundamentally sound, defensively responsible fighter. Never really relied. So as it decreases, I think as long as his will to win and his shape and his mental gets right, he's going to have the ability to go a little bit longer than guys that are like, man, who is somebody that really relies on athleticism, primarily athleticism? Oh no, it's not a lot of people that do that. Lomachenko was very athletic, but he doesn't rely primarily on it. Speedy Rashidi Ellis, yeah, that's a lot of athleticism he's using, yeah. Speedy Rashidi Ellis, yeah. Teofimo Lopez, yeah. Teofimo Lopez relies on athleticism. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez relies on athleticism. Devin Haney relies on athleticism. Devin Haney relies on athleticism. He's skilled, but he relies on athleticism as well. Terence Crawford relies a lot on athleticism and matchmaking. Ryan Garcia definitely. Ryan Garcia relies on athleticism. Yeah, I think Frank Martin used to rely a lot on it, and he relies on it less and less because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to rely on it less and less. Tyson Fury relies on athleticism and size. Tony, he relies on just pure size and athleticism too. Tyson Fury as well. Yeah, Tyson Fury is on that as well. No, he does. He relied on athleticism and matchmaking. And we're going to see, and this is the first time that This is really the first time that he doesn't have the benefit of the matchmaking. The last bunch of these fights were and cheating codes too. Oh, and defective gloves. Hey, you better hope he don't rely on them defective gloves. Tim, stop. Hey, Tim. Rick Timms. Hey, Jay Wilson, Fanon, you keep it a buck, even on Fury. Much love. Yeah, I mean, Fury relies on size. He's a big boy. And he's a very good fighter. He's athletic too. But yeah, you better hope, dog. Hey, you better hope that them gloves, that glove stuff ain't real. You better hope that he didn't have some thin ass gloves on in them fights. You better hope. You better hope he didn't need them. You better hope he didn't have a little gimmick that he found and he kept riding with. You better hope. Because there's cheat codes out there in the world now. There's cheat codes out there, dog. You know what I mean? There's cheat codes out there, dog. Baseball players don't need pine tar. What is it that pine tar does, though? I don't understand that. You know, what is it exactly that pine tar does? Hey, Fury has those Panama Lewis vibes. Oh man, for sure. Man, he got them steroid vibes. He got them flat out, I'm on steroids vibes. Tyson Fury. And also cherry picking his body. God dog, that boy be cherry picking. Man, will you fight Alexander Usyk? God dog. Man, what a dude, seriously. That is a waste of a heavyweight champion right there, Tyson Fury. That man right there is trying to pull a con job every other day. Will you fight Alexander Usyk and get it over with? God dog. Will you fight that man and get it over with? Fight the man, get it over with. All of this nonsense, man, that man does, holding up Deontay Wilder's second fight, holding up the third fight with Deontay Wilder, holding up the Alexander Usyk fight. God dog, Tyson Fury, will you just fight the man? God dog, stop trying to shoe shine your way to greatness. Hey, allow the ball, undercard boxing. Allow the ball to have more spin. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, it'll leave then. Oh, it allows it to have more spin. It means it. I think pine tar makes it hard to see the seams of the ball, so you can't tell what kind of pitch it is. No, Olivoso, pine tar is on the bat. The pine tar is on the bat. Spitballs and grease are on the ball. No, the pine tar is on the pine tars. The pine is on the bat. So he said, Fury, it's the spin on the ball. If there's a spin on the ball, it's going to take off further. Or it'll land and it'll jump on somebody. It'll do something different. Yeah. Better, no, but they say you can't, you can have pine tar on the bat, but it can't be above a certain height. The pine tar on the bat they allow you to put pine tar on the bat, but it can't go too high. It can't go too high on the bat. For the grip and the contact seam and all. Yeah, I don't know, man, because I appreciate you telling me because I don't know squat about baseball. Oh, pitchers use pine for the grip. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but I know that you can't have pine tar too high above, like too high up on the bat. But people do it and they got busted. Why do you need a corked bat? Shoot. Barry Bonds didn't need any juice. He was in the Hall of Fame before. He was in the Hall of Fame before that. All right, man, we're going to take a couple more cats to jump on. And then we're going to rule. Man, I would love if these dudes would let me out of here. Yeah, this is a report. Yeah, I saw that report. Pine tar for grip of the batter. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't really know. Yeah, definitely can't wait to see it play out, though. Yeah, I want to see the fight, man. The closer we get to the fight, the more confident I am for Errol, just to be honest. Maybe it's self-serving because I'm looking at it and I want Errol to win, or, whatever reason you guys come with all of this bias and stuff. I just keep hearing that Terence is going to figure it out. That's what the arguments come down to for me, that Errol is going to figure it out. Oh, say this. It's for the bat. It's just for better stick. Nothing special. They use lizard skins now. Okay. Yeah, okay. I know you know your baseball. Look, all I keep hearing about from Terence Crawford is he'll figure it out. He's got more skills. He'll figure it out. He's knocked out everybody at welterweight. I'm not really hearing this is how he's going to do it. How is he going to beat him? I know he's going to use his jab more. I know he's going to come out there throwing more jabs. I know he is. He's going to come out there, jab, 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 jab. He's going to throw a lot more pouring jabs. Because he already said it, his jab. He said his jab. He's going to use his jab. Crawford is Tom Crafty, bro. What do you mean, Tom Crafty? Too crafty? Too crafty? I don't know what that means. He's too crafty. I played baseball. That the question I would answer, but for the most part, all the info on pitching is accurate. Oh, that's what's up. Gives them better grip. All of that, good to know. Yeah, but people don't have to use it, but they still use it. Antonio Margarito didn't need loaded gloves. He still loaded them. Not needing them, it doesn't mean somebody's not going to take any advantage they can get. Oh, say Thomas says, yeah, both apply. Okay, that's what's up. Hey, thank you, Alivoso. Crawford is a knockout artist for 9. That's enough. No, that's not enough. It's not enough. He's got the same knockout percentage as Errol, and Errol's knocked out more welterweights than Bud has. He's knocked out more welterweights than Terence has. Let me see how many welterweights Errol has knocked out. Let me see. Errol is knocked out 22 welterweights. He's knocked out 22 welterweights. 22. Terence Crawford is knocked out 7. That seems like a knockout advantage for Errol, honestly. Terence Crawford has gone the distance 9 times. Errol Spence has gone the distance 6 times. See how you can play with numbers any way you want to, bro? Errol has knocked out 22 welterweights. Terence has knocked out 7. Are those numbers not true? When Errol's wife interviewed him, he said he had false teeth and was embarrassed because he thought Ugas knocked him out. Do you think that can be an issue in the fight? I mean, if he's embarrassed about getting hit, he whooped Ugas. If he drops his mouthpiece and he lets Terence Crawford land a very, very clean shot right at him, then yeah, I guess it could be an issue. I think the more relevant issue is that Yordenis Ugas hit him with that nice little uppercut when he was in there and caused Errol's mouthpiece to come out. I really think though it was the fact that Errol looked down and then got hit that was a really big deal. So yeah, I guess Errol had his mouthpiece knocked out 2 times in a row. 2 fights in a row. He's had his mouthpiece knocked out. One was Danny Garcia and one was Ugas. He says that it's because of the guard and the fact that he has replacement teeth. He has what do you call it, veneers or whatever in his mouth, right? And he had to have surgery over and over again for his teeth, to replace his teeth. And God dog, that is true. Because it's not just real quick when you put a new tooth in. You got to get your teeth taken out. Then you got to drill. You got to put drill into your jaw. Then you got to fit the teeth and all of that. And he said that his stuff wasn't healed by the time that he got in there with Danny Garcia. He's like, nah, make the fight. And then he fought a year later against Ugas, and he had the same problem with his mouthpiece coming out. If he gets his mouthpiece knocked out and then Terence Crawford is able to like get a free shot on him, then yeah, that'll be a problem. You know what I mean? But you know, it's happened twice. What's the probability of it happening 3 times in a row? You know? Martina said, click the link. Yeah, anybody click the link. Look, man, I don't know what you want me to tell you. He's savage for that. Yeah, I mean, it is what he's savage for what? Dude, he got hurt. If Errol Spence Jr. takes a firm uppercut and gets his mouthpiece knocked out, and then he looks for his mouthpiece, and Terence Crawford hauls off and hits him with another big right hand, boom, he could be in trouble. Yes, that's true. If the same thing happened, yes, he could be in trouble. So is there some problem with that? What is this manatees? Oh, shut up. Spence and Charles need to quit. Man, go away, bro. You're out of here. Come on, man. Hands of stone, dog. Get out of here. Go troll somewhere else. You're not even taking. Man, dude, he's not serious. That's a troll. He's talking, man, please. Hands of stone, man. Get out of here, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, dog. Using that's not a real name, man. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, man, please. Come back under another name, bro. Jay Well said, thank you for accepting that, Fanon. Yeah, now, are you going to accept the opposite? What happens if Terence Crawford hits Errol Spence Jr. like Ugas did and nothing happens? Just like what happened with Ugas. What if Errol Spence Jr. starts boxing him and he's trying to come in and Errol Spence Jr. starts hitting him with stuff as he tries to come in? Jay Wells, dog, seriously, you're gonna be sitting on that L July. Dog, look, dog. You got something to say for real? You got something to say for real? I'm not going to be sitting on an L because I'm not going to lose. Thank you very much. Terence Crawford's going to be sitting on an L, or Errol Spence Jr. is going to be sitting on an L. One or the other. Sit on that L. Me, I'm a boxing fan. All y'all, so I'm not sitting on nothing. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to lose. Do I win the fight? Let me ask you a question. Do I get a W if he wins? What would I sound like if I said, I won? I won. Errol Spence Jr. knocks him out. Do I get to say I won? Do I get a W? If I don't get a W, I don't get an L. It's a boxing match. And I think Errol's going to win. Hey, expensive paper in the building said, waiting for my op, pack, shirt, team Spence. Yes, sir, bro. Hey, my guy, hey, man, Richard, I never got that shirt, bro. Much love in that Cash App, brother. Thank you for that support, man. Big time, big time, big time, big time. Hey, Ronald Morales, man, let me tell you something, dog. I'm throwing out everybody that makes it about me. Get out. Anybody that makes this fight about me, I'm throwing you out. I am not fighting. What do you care what I think about it? I am not fighting. What do you care what I think about it? I've been watching boxing a long time. I have had fighters that I thought were going to win that lost. I've had fighters that I've wanted to win that lost. I've had fighters that I've wanted that I thought was going to lose that I wanted to win that won. I've seen it all. Okay? Seen it all. I've seen it's all happened. Okay? All happened. I'm going to tell you for certain, I was very, very nervous about Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Very nervous about that fight. Deontay Wilder put that dude to sleep. I was very nervous about that fight. Going into the fight, I was nervous about that fight. During the fight, I was nervous about that fight. And then Deontay Wilder hit him with a big old wallop, got him out of there, and you better believe I was ecstatic. Ecstatic. I'm going to tell you a fight that I was nervous for. Gervonta Davis, Hector Garcia. I was not nervous about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. I was nervous about Gervonta Davis and Hector Garcia. I thought that was going to be a harder fight, and it was a harder fight for him. Because Hector Garcia is a very good fighter. Very, very good fighter. Very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. I was worried about that fight. I thought he was nuts to fight Mario Barrios. Nuts to fight Mario Barrios. Nuts. Which is why I don't understand why you guys are acting as if Gervonta Davis has never taken a chance in his life. After Gervonta Davis wins, the fight turns easy. After he wins, it turns easy. Every time. Gervonta Davis could beat Keith Thurman, and it will have been an easy fight as soon as the fight is over. He'll beat Devin Haney, and then all of a sudden, oh, that was an easy fight. You know Devin Haney really lost to Lomachenko. Oh, Shakur Stevenson hadn't even knocked anybody out of what you guys do it with. You do it with him all the time. Leo Santa Cruz is a very good win. So is Mario Barrios. So is Jose Pedraza. So is Pitbull Cruz. So is Hector Garcia. And so is Ryan Garcia. They're all very, very good fights. And they're all better fights than George Kambosos. Let me repeat that. They are all better fights than George Kambosos. All of them. And none of them were close fights. And none of them put a whooping on Gervonta. Like, none of them. Have you ever seen none of them put a whooping on Gervonta like Lomachenko put on Devin. Boom! Get your ass about this ring, dog. Hey, man, get your ass out this ring. The way I forget sometimes that the Leo Santa Cruz fight was like a 6-round knockout. I also listen to y'all sometimes forget that Gervonta Davis was winning the fight with Mario Barrios, which is another fallacy that people keep pulling. They keep quoting something that Floyd Mayweather Jr. says and then acting as if that makes it fact. Well, you know, Errol's Floyd Mayweather Jr. said that you're down on the cards. Was he down on the cards? No, he was not down on the cards. What was your favorite memory win as a boxing fan? For me, it was Hopkins Trinidad. My favorite win? You know what I would say? You know what I would say? I would say it was Floyd Mayweather Jr. Oh, no. It was Juan Manuel Marquez when he knocked Manny Pacquiao's ass flat on his face. That was my favorite win. That one. That one right there. Woo. Man, I got to tell you, I was laughing. I was laughing because Manny Pacquiao got 2 robberies. He had gotten 2 robberies in a row, jumped up in there. Juan Manuel Marquez got on that juicy juice and slept that boy, boom, slept that boy. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that one. And I like Manny Pacquiao, but I can't stand Manny Pacquiao fans. Let me repeat this. I have always liked Manny Pacquiao. I did not like Manny Pacquiao fans. Fan bases jump on these bandwagons and they start clamoring. It's the bandwagon that's the problem. It's not the fighter. It's the bandwagon. It's the bandwagon that's problem. If you could unhook Devin Haney's bandwagon from him, I wouldn't have a problem with him. It's his bandwagons that's the problem. Because y'all just say all kind of dumb stuff, bro, and you talking to me about it, of all people. Okay? Here's the thing. Don't talk to me about, do not talk to me with the bandwagon stuff. Okay? Leave me alone. If you're a bandwagon, you got to leave me alone. If you're an Errol Spence bandwagon, you got to leave me alone. I mean it. I didn't correct some things that I heard today about Errol. I didn't, just for the sake of time. But look, man, if you tell me something that is factually incorrect about Errol Spence Jr., I will say, look, man, that's not a fact. You're pouring a little bit extra on it. That's a little bit extra. I don't need any extra. I don't need any extra sauce. Okay? I don't need the extra sauce. Don't need it. All right? Give me my ribs. I don't need you pouring a ton of sauce on these ribs. These ribs are fine as they are. Okay? They cook them slow, halfway, they nice and tender. I'm okay. I don't need for you to dump. I don't need you to go to the store, grab you some sauce, dump 5 piles of nah, I don't need that. If I wanted that, I would just drink the sauce. Okay? I don't want to drink the sauce. Nah, sauce don't make ribs. The ribs make the ribs. Anyway. Fanon, brother, you timed me. I showed nothing but love. You, Jay Wells, let me tell you, I'm going to time you out because you talking crazy. And I don't even want to have any more conversations with you about that. Okay? You didn't show nothing but love. Okay? Matter of fact, I didn't see any love at all. You know what I mean? I didn't see that love. That ain't love. Hey, man. And I don't even need love out of this. Hey, Martin, watch Bud fans call Errol a weight bully after he knocks him out. Hey, man. These dudes try to say they try to say, dog, they be bending the facts, dog. They're like, oh, he was in high heel shoes. The man came out the next day wearing tennis shoes. Oh, he's got Balenciagas. Those are the biggest shoes you can possibly have. Dog, look, man, Terence Crawford is a very, very good fighter, bro. Exactly. Show the love is in the Cash App. Love is in the Cash App and the PayPal, dog. That's where the love is, dog. That's when you feel the love. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. But look, man, I'm about to get out of here, man. A lot of these cats rely on matchmaking. I'm telling you, man, Terence Crawford's had a lot of good matchmaking. He really has. And the question is, the link is right here. Oh, show me some love in the link. Yeah, you get the link. Hey, what's going on, Rick Timms? Rick Timms say link right when I'm about to run up out this joint. But there you go, Rick. I do not, and by the way, also, I don't have to like everybody. Terence Crawford called me a hoe. I do not have to go out of my way to celebrate anything with that man. Just so you know. I am not duty bound. And by the way, it's boxing talk too. I'm not duty bound to get every point I say here. I got to give him a point. Go cry me a river, bro. I'm just saying he's had a lot of shows. He's had a lot of match-made fights. A lot of them. This is the first one it isn't. But that does not mean that he cannot rise to the occasion. It doesn't mean that. I know a lot of times these dudes don't, at top rank, that's all they do. You can't tell me a top ranked fighter that isn't match made. You can't show me one that's not at top rank. That started with top rank, you can't even show me one that's not. Can't show me one that's not. Fanon can hold a grudge on the low. Hell yeah. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just saying I don't owe you anything. And honestly, man, once you talk a lot of crap to me, dude, no. I mean, what you think this is? What you think this is? Hey, but look, I'm going to bounce out of here unless Rick Timms hits his link pretty quick. Fury is the only one what? Fury is the only one what? Man, Tyson Fury ain't never said nothing about me. I'll still tell you, I didn't want to talk about them gloves at all until I saw the gloves. Balenciaga, whatever they are, Balencianos, whatever them shoes are. Whatever them shoes are. Rick Timms III in the building. What's going on, Rick Timms III?
What's up? What's up? Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you well, brother. What's up?
Hey, man. First, maybe the irrational, delusional Bud fans gonna make an excuse and claim Errol is a weight bully if he knock out Bud, but us realistic Bud supporters will not. I will completely give Errol his credit and his due if he beat Bud, and vice versa. I'm gonna congratulate Bud if he win as well, which I fully expect. But hey, check this out.
You kind of.
Before you go,
you kind of expect. Let me correct that. You kind of expect that. You wishing on that a little bit, but okay. I had to do that to you.
No. I fully expect it. I know it. Yeah, I know it, dude.
You got a little doubt in your head. You got a little doubt, but go ahead. You got a little doubt.
No doubt. I'm just as confident as him. Not at all.
Oh, therefore, you got some doubt in your head.
My shit breaking up. I'm in a bad spot.
No, you're good. I don't hear you breaking. You're good.
All right. The word bum. We hear that a lot in the boxing world when we label inferior fighters bums, right? So check this out. I found out bum is actually an acronym for a fighter. By definition, David Morel would be a bum. Check this out. The BUM stands for below usable measure. And they say boxers that have 12 fights or less, or boxers that have lost 25% or more of their fights, they are called bums. I'm like, oh, okay. That's a little fun fact there I found out just from reading, you know. So David Morel is a bum, Fernand. A champion elite bum that's about to whoop up on David Benavidez. A bum, David Morel. Yeah, that's wild, man. I love it though, and I'm picking a bum to beat David Benavidez, man. Look out for the real good bums. There's some good bums out there, y'all. There's some good bums. I know you're about to get up out of here though, man.
No, that's good. I'll use that below usable measure. But see, if I have to say, then what is a bum? Then
below usable measure.
David Avenetian fits that below usable measure. So now that you said that, David Avenetian's a bum, Kell Brook was a bum, Amir Khan was a bum, Jose Benavidez with one-legged Benavidez was a bum. Carlos Ocampo was a bum. Ain't no championship fighters, no bums though. Ain't no guys with a belt. Now, Sean Porter was not a bum. I don't think he was a bum. I think that is usable measure. I can't do nothing with Amir Khan. Hey, Julius Indunga was definitely a bum. Not at the time, though. He wasn't a bum at the time, though. He wasn't a bum at the time. Yeah, I like that, though. All right, bro. I appreciate you, though, man. Thank you, Rick Tess, for coming on again. The resident, reasonable Bud fan that knows at the end of the day we both got respect for both fighters, all that good stuff. It ain't super lopsided one way or the other. Just having fun talking to sport. All right, bro. I'll get back with you, sir. Peace. All right, y'all. I'll get back with y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, I'm out. Man, Rick Tim's always hiding it. Oh, hey, you hear me, Rick? You always say, I get, come on, man. That's my dude. All right, Rick Timms, I'll get back with you, brother. All right, man. And with that, I got to bounce out of here. Deuces.